Your team, heart of Atlanta. Valley Sports South and Valley Sports Southeast. The heart of the fan.
Houston, you have a problem, but the world champs don't. The Braves have been in launch mode for the last 2 weeks and now are orbiting the Mets just 5 games back. Tonight, Spencer Strider has his Rockets ready to fire as the Braves look to sweep another series. And with all due respect to the NL East, this could be our finest hour. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Once more, we join you from our nation's capital, where the Braves have a perfect month of June. Once again, they try to sweep away the Washington Nationals and complete 14 straight wins here at Nationals Park. Hi again, everybody. Chip Caray, Brian Jordan, Paul Berg. Great to have you with us. Can't do any better than the Braves are this month. It's perfect so far. 13-0 BJ. 10-4 a win last night in Game 2. And right now, no matter who gets put in this lineup for Brian Snitker, they are coming in hot, especially the bottom third.
The bottom of the lineup is feeding the top of the lineup. How about Arcia? Plays his first game in a long time for Ozzie Albies. He has a home run. He just fit right in. Look at those numbers in the month of June. 315 average, 13 home runs. Michael Harris from that non-position, 7-game hit streak, scored 7 runs and 2 home runs the last 2 nights. The back end of this lineup has been terrific, and this is exactly why we're on this winning streak.
And speaking of coming in hot, Paul Bird, Spencer Strider is coming in hot. He'll try to help the Braves complete the sweep.
You said it on the lead, rocket arm. This guy throws 98 miles an hour plus lasers as his average fastball. You see the numbers right there, good enough for second in the National League. But here's what I like about him. He's around the plate. He throws strikes. He loves starting. He's got a slider. He's got a changeup. He's cerebral. This guy in his 4th start, I'm so excited to see what he does. I know it's lucky 13. Let's make it lucky 14 tonight. I'm ready.
I think we're all ready to launch. Let's see if the Braves can go 14-0 in June, complete another series sweep, this time against their arch rivals, the Washington Nationals. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Let's keep this great ride rolling. Braves Nationals baseball and Kelly Kroll coming up after the break. This series. And when Erick Fedde faces the Atlanta Braves, he gets Fedde up because the Braves have absolutely worn this guy out. This lineup is hitting .406 against him with 28 hits for his career, Birdie. 50 hits allowed. Erick Fedde is 0-4 against Atlanta with an ERA approaching 11.
I hate to say this, but it's baseball, so anything can happen, but you're certainly correct. The numbers point to another Braves win. Their hitters are clicking. They like facing Fedde. And my goodness, let's make it 14.
That's our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud. And so with that in mind, let's check out the red-hot Atlanta offense. They've hit 10 homers in the first 2 games of this series, 5 in Game 1, 5 here last night. Ronald Acuna Jr. would like to join in on the fun. He's 1 for 9 atop the Toyota starting lineup for the Braves. Dansby Swanson has homered in this ballpark 5 consecutive times. He has 11 career blasts against the Nats here at Nats Park. Riley Olson-Ozuna, you mentioned Orlando Arcia. He's got a couple of hits in the set. And once again, Erick Fedde coming off a win last time out against the slumping Milwaukee Brewers. Somehow, some way, BJ, he's going to try to be a stopper for Washington tonight.
Yeah, and this offense has to be patient. He's one of those guys that, you know, is not very economical early in the game. He will nibble, get you to chase. But if you can hit in your hitters count, you can take advantage of it. And that's what the Braves have done off of him. That's why he is not pitching well against the Braves. He falls behind almost every hitter.
So that sounds suspiciously like a Ford key for victory for the Braves to go 14-0 this month.
There it is, patience at the plate. You know, the Braves have been very aggressive. So you know Fedde is not going to be throwing that first strike, second strike. And economical if you're Strider, go out there and throw strikes. Attack the strike zone, go right at the hitters, and good things will happen for him. Get through 6 innings, his progression will continue.
But the bigger point, I think, is one, Bertie, you were alluding to a moment ago. You cannot take anything for granted. Who cares what his numbers were in the past? That's really been the mantra for Brian Snitker during this streak. What happened yesterday is over. What could happen tomorrow, you can't worry about. Better take care of business tonight against a man that is a major league pitcher and is 4-4 on the year.
And I've said that before. Brian Snitker, when you're losing, he's going to say the same thing as when you're in a winning streak. And that's very important that he lives what he teaches, stays the same. He preaches that. We're seeing it now. He's not too high. All focused on this game right here, regardless of what it says. This team is a major league team. You can't take anything for granted.
So a warm night, beautiful weather, gentle breeze blowing out for Ronald Acuna Jr., who will take aim at Erick Fedde. He's 3 for 11 against the Nationals right-hander. One of those hits a home run. Acuna 1 for 9 at the plate so far in the series. They have a big shift on for him. And we are underway. A first pitch swing, pop up. There goes Patience. First pitch swing, BJ, and it's out of play for a strike. And we're underway in Washington.
I figured BJ out. He likes patience, but on that first pitch, if it's right where you're looking, he does not like patience.
If it's Ronald Acuna, I don't care about that first pitch. He's swinging.
Ronald at 297, 6 homers, 16 driven in. And that's going to push him off the plate. Nationals have missed inside a lot to Acuna in this series. And you know he doesn't like the ball in the inner half. So see if that continues tonight. 1-1 the count. We've talked at length in this series about the pitching problems Washington is going through. 3 of their starters are hurt. Many of their starters have been ineffective. Their bullpen has been used a lot already in the first 2 games. They need length out of Fedde.
And this is
off the plate.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. He'll get ahead, and all of a sudden he'll nibble, nibble, nibble. Now you're in a hitter's count.
3 balls and a strike for Acuna as Fedde delivers, and it's chopped toward third. Michael Franco will whip that across the diamond to first in time, and Acuna's retired to start the game. 1 out. Here comes Dansby. We may have to drag Dansby kicking and screaming to the plane to go to Chicago for the off day tomorrow. He has had a whale of a series. He's hit homers in 5 consecutive games in this ballpark. He has 11 career homers against the Nationals on their home turf. And he's knocked in 5 runs in this series.
When you're in a groove like this, guys, you don't want that off day. You want to just keep playing.
And Dansby not just getting big hits for the Braves, the timing of those big hits. He's had a lot of 2-out knocks in the recent times. In fact, in the first game of the series. 2-out run scoring single in the second, a 2-out 2-run homer in the 6th inning here on Monday. Can't say enough about the job Dansby's been doing at the plate. Huge adjustment, putting the ball in play more, and of course Gold Glove caliber defense at shortstop for the Bravos.
How about losing Ozzie, and yesterday he starts the game off with a home run, letting everybody know in that dugout, let's keep it going. We talk about the leadership. I mean, that's what he possesses.
I loved how he said Ozzie was like a little brother to him. That friendship has gotten strong up the middle. They work so well on the double play.
Well, these guys been together since Double-A.
1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves trying to continue history against that man. Fedde trying to change history against the Braves tonight. And that one is smoked into center field for a base hit. Dansby didn't hit it hard, but hit it hard enough. And he has the game's first hit. A 1-out single to center in front of Austin Riley.
That's what we've been saying. These hitters grinding out with 2 strikes. I mean, that's a nasty curveball off the plate. Just put the bat on it. You never know what's going to happen.
So Austin Riley looks to get in on the hitting fun for the Braves. He's 0 for 7 in the series, but lifetime against Fedde, 6 for 15. Austin with 16 home runs, 35 driven in, a .252 batting average. The pitch. Good fastball, well located.
We've talked about Swanson's defense. We've talked about him hitting the baseball. I went in there and asked him about those things, and he wanted to talk about his base running. He's become really intentional about going back to doing what he did at Vanderbilt, trying to take every base, first to third. We've seen that, scoring on second.
He's going, got a good jump. Riley shoots that down the right field line, but that's curling out of play into the seats. Paul, beg your pardon, 0-2 to count.
So he is the first one out to run sprints. He runs 5 sprints on that foul line before every game as hard as he can after he's stretched out. And I just love that somebody that we talk about offense and defense is so intentional and focused on being a better base runner at his age.
Dansby's 9 out of 11 in stolen base tries. Riley quickly behind 0-2. Good lead, not going. And a breaking ball almost plunked him. Riley's had enough of that in this series. The Nationals have used him as target practice. Austin's been plunked 3 times in the first 2 games. Now the 1-2 pitch. And Riley didn't get a disappearing breaking ball. So Fedde has his first strikeout. That was nasty. And Matt Olson, the hitter, with a man aboard and 2 outs.
Slider outside part of the plate, got some depth. You can see it go down right there, and Austin wishes he would have held up. Good pitch.
Matt Olson 2 for 10 in the series, 8 homers, 31 RBIs for the year. That's got a hit in each of the last 3 games for the Braves. Let's see if he can keep the first inning alive here with 2 outs. They have a big shift on for him here in the first inning.
I would love to see Dansby be aggressive here and get second base, get in scoring position for Olson.
David Ruiz, the catcher for Washington tonight. He's thrown out 9 would-be base stealers. He's got a very good arm. Let's see how the Braves play it. Not going. And there's that good breaking ball. A strike, says Alan Porter, tonight's home plate umpire. It's 0-1. 2 Braves in this lineup have never seen Erick Fedde before. Matt Olson is one, Michael Harris is the other.
You said it about Ruiz too, Chip. 2 back picks throwing behind a runner at first in the last couple of weeks.
So a cutter missed for Matt. He's got an even count. Very quiet crowd here in Washington as the Braves have come to town and pounded away with 10 homers in the first 2 games. The pitch. High, pop up into shallow center. Victor Robles says he has it, calls everybody off, and Erick Fedde escapes the first inning with just a Dansby Swanson hit. Spencer Strider goes to work. No score in Washington. They have lost 19 of 24 games against divisional foes this year. This is the batting order presented by Toyota, and Davey Martinez, the Nationals skipper. No Juan Soto tonight. Remember, he banged his knee against the dugout bench on Friday. Had to come out of the game in the 9th inning of that affair. Didn't play yesterday. We hope not to see him again tonight, because that would make things a little easier for Spencer Strider. Not that Spencer Paul needs an awful lot of help, but anytime a superstar's out of the lineup, that makes everybody feel better.
He's been fantastic. And you see the numbers. Look at that opponent's batting average against on the far right at 176. When he hits his spots, I don't want to say unhittable, but his fastball is so hard, such late life, it's really tough. Like that.
Attack the strike zone.
Lane Thomas, a .247 hitter, 7 homers, 26 driven in. He's had a sizzling month too. Thomas has 4 of his homers, 7 of his multi-hit games, and has scored 14 runs in June. Nice find for the Nationals. They plucked him from the Cardinals for John Lester at the deadline last year, and Thomas getting the start in right field for Soto here tonight. And Spencer Strider just said, "Good night, son." 3 pitches takes care of Lane Thomas, who didn't like that call. There's out number 1.
That's what I'm talking about, Paul. You got that kind of stuff, just go right at him, especially the first time through the lineup. You got to challenge these guys.
He listened to your keys, and Lane Thomas walking back to the dugout said that ball sounded outside.
Yeah, he didn't see it. That was a perfect pitch, and Thomas is strikeout victim number 1. Here's Cesar Hernandez. This is Spencer's first start against Washington. He has faced them before. You might recall he pitched against them back in Atlanta on April the 11th and struck out 3, walked 3 in 3 1/3 innings of work. Hernandez, one of the men that saw him, he went 1 for 2 in that game.
Rick Kranitz before the game said something to me that I thought was interesting. He said a lot of his fastballs are up, and I want him to know that he can pitch down in the zone, in and out as well. He's been very, very successful, but he doesn't have to throw every fastball up. There's his first slider, a very good one. Yeah, I'd feel good too. My guy's on the hill throwing 100, dotting it up.
Yeah, makes you look real smart, doesn't it?
That's right. Winning 13 in a row. I'm laughing too.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Hernandez. And right across the Nationals Curly W, and the count evens at 2-2. Hernandez hitting .269 for the year, no homers and 16 driven in. He bats with the bases empty and 1 out. The pitch is out of play off to the left.
This would be a good time to throw that changeup to a lefty here.
Nelson Cruz on deck. He's the 3rd place hitter with no Juan Soto tonight. Swing and a miss. Off speed pitch. A slider got Cesar Hernandez. Back-to-back strikeouts. Kind of the way the game started last night for Max Fried, who punched out the first 5 Nationals hitters. Strider has 2 strikeouts here in the first.
See where that slider starts at the top of the zone and then it breaks down. Look at that. Looks like it's going to be belt high and it breaks down. He's been starting his sliders middle down to where they bounce. And if he swings, he gets the strikeout. If they don't swing, obviously it's a ball. So he's made adjustment in that slider early on. I like it.
Nelson Cruz with 7 homers is 2 for 9 in the series. This guy's one of the best fastball hitters in the game. This will be a fun matchup, BJ.
I was just about to say that. I mean, you can't make a mistake on this guy because he is revved up for that fastball all the time.
And it's amazing to me, guys, Spencer Strider has thrown 38, now 39 innings, 59 strikeouts, but he's so economical. He's not throwing 20, 25 pitches an inning. As this one is back up the middle, Arcia right behind the bag, the peg to first, and Spencer Strider has a very quick and economical 12-pitch scoreless first in Washington.
Announced this afternoon that Ozzie Albies underwent successful surgery on that fractured left foot. It was Dr. Robert Andrews in Green Bay, Wisconsin, who performed the surgery. And Brian Snitker saying this afternoon he was able to FaceTime with Ozzie for a little bit. He was in good spirits and is feeling a lot better now, having seen the x-rays, knowing everything's good. So he is officially on the mend. And guys, as far as a timeline goes, you know, he was placed on the 60-day IL, so we will not see him return before mid to late August, but the team does expect him to be back this season, and of course he will be missed in the meantime, but I'm sure as soon as he is ready to show his smiling face in this clubhouse, he will be back.
Can't wait for that, Kelly, and that's an awesome report. As that ball is whistled by Ozuna into the left field corner, that's down for a base hit. Marcell around first on his way to second. Yadiel Hernandez Gets the ball in quickly, but not fast enough as the Braves have their second hit, a leadoff double for Marcell Ozuna, his 9th of the year.
I'm telling you, Ozuna is starting to lock in again, open up those hips a lot quicker, what he was struggling with over the last couple of weeks. But he is starting to feel it. Man, the exit velo well over 100 miles per hour.
Almost 112 to be exact. As he's in scoring position, first one of those opportunities for the Braves. William Contreras is the hitter. He's got 9 home runs, 17 knocked in. Can't say enough about the production for the Braves catching corps. Travis d'Arnaud had 3 hits, 3 runs, a 3-run homer here last night. And do we have an equipment problem? PitchCom problem?
Get some new batteries.
We're seeing that more and more, by the way. As we check out the great work by the Braves backstops, our G&G Impact players of the game. Look at what Contreras and d'Arnaud have done at the plate.
Wow, 47 RBIs already this year, 17 home runs between them. What a competition, guys. And I give Contreras so much credit this offseason. He has worked really hard in changing his game. Not just from an offensive standpoint, but defensive standpoint. He has been terrific behind the plate.
Talking to catching coaches in the dugout earlier, they said he's no longer a freshman.
No balls into strike from Fedde. And that missed inside. And that evens the count. I assume you mean by that he is now more of a veteran player, not just wide-eyed rookie.
Yeah, and I said, you know, what adjustments has he made apart from the obvious? And they said, Paul, he's a really good preparer, studier. He cares, he's learning. So it's no one specific thing that he's done. He's just taken in all of the info. He's learning the pitchers a little better. He's been better at calling games behind the plate, which he's always been good at. Eddie Perez reminded me that he's caught 4 no-hitters in the minor leagues, and then he can call a game. That doesn't mean you can call a game in the big leagues. So he's learned our guys. He's learned the big league way. And that's just, as BJ, you indicated, from the receiving standpoint. And then I guess you start to see big league sliders and curves. You take that into your offseason. You know what to work on.
Right. And then it helps when you got another brother that's playing and a pretty good player at that, probably helping you in your ear, teaching you.
He's all right.
Yeah, we'll see him Friday when the Braves open up the series with the Cubs at Wrigley Field. That is Wilson Contreras. This is William, and that's off the netting, foul to the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we said it about Orlando Arcia with the injury to Ozzie Albies, and again a great report from Kelly. Glad to hear the surgery went well for Albies. Same's true for Contreras. Manny Pena had wrist surgery. He went down. He's lost for the season. So his misfortune is the opportunity for William Contreras, and he's making the most of it.
Well, he's making it hard for Snit, you know, which is a good problem to have, because you got 2 catchers that swinging the bat well, calling great games, and you know you got to play him.
2-2 pitch. Swing, fly ball center. Robles going back, still going back into that triangle, and he's going to make the catch. Deep fly ball will allow Ozuna to tag and move up to third. Contreras just missed. He hit it to the deepest part of the park. It's a productive out. Runner at third, guys, with 1 out.
Wow. ABC baseball. Getting them over to third base, doing the little things. That's what the Braves have done so well over the last couple of weeks.
Pretty interesting way to get him over, BJ.
Yeah, he hit it 397 feet for an out. But it was certainly helpful for the Braves' cause as Adam Duvall hits. Adams had a nice series. He's riding a 3-game hitting streak. 3 homers in that stretch for the Braves. But here's a spot where a fly ball gets you a run. Adam would like a little more than that to break a scoreless tie in the 2nd inning. And you're talking home runs. You got to talk about the Braves. 32 home runs during this 13-game winning streak. They have outscored their opponents by a whopping 54 runs.
And I would love to see Duvall stay aggressive. When he's aggressive, he's hitting home runs. He's driving balls in the gap. Don't take strikes.
Well, Fetty's missing a lot inside, isn't he?
He is, and it's that backup breaking ball. Fetty's got a slider and a cutter. Not everybody throws both. Some will say you don't need both. I would disagree. They play off each other. He's working that slider and missing arm side a lot. Also has got a change up. Two different kinds of fastballs.
Got that one over for a strike. It's a 2-1 count. Can't do any better than 100%. See if Duvall can bring home Ozuna with the game's first run. Marcel at third after a leadoff double. And corked out a play to the right. It's 2-2.
Infield for the Nats is not fully in. They're at medium depth in the middle of that infield.
Well, you know your runners. You got Ozuna on third base. Most likely he's not going to go on contact. But if he does, you got a chance to throw him out.
Let's see what Keibert Ruiz calls for here with Eric Fetty, who works out of the stretch with a runner at third. The pitch. And it's a full count. Already 30 pitches for the Nationals right-hander. With Orlando Arcia waiting to hit next. On the ground to short. Nice stop, Garcia. Long throw to first, and he got his man. They played the infield halfway, and that saved him a run for the moment. Good play at short. Duvall's retired, 2 away, and Arcia coming up.
Off-speed pitch, in on the hands. He turned on it. Great play by Garcia. Nothing you can do about that. You're not going to send Ozuna home on that pitch.
And if they were fully in, it would have gone through. Got to give Nats credit for positioning right there.
Arcia 5 for 12 against the Nats, including a home run. Can't do any better than he did last night in his first start at second with Ozzie on the shelf. Sac fly, infield hit, homer, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Batting 8th. That's where he hits in game 3 of this series tonight.
I think Fetty has thrown more curveballs and sliders than fastballs. He's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches.
I would think you throw a fastball at your own peril against this Braves offense, the way they're slugging right now.
If I throw 95, I might throw 95. But that shows you the respect that he has for our hitters right now with all the breaking balls. You're right, BJ. His thumb is going to be sore tomorrow.
18 strikes, 15 balls.
Missed inside again. Ball 3. Maybe Fetty's going after the kid Michael Harris, who's on deck. We'll see. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Harris has got a 7-game hit streak.
I'm with you.
I gave you the look when you said that, Chip.
2-0 breaking ball. I'm with you. 2 outs.
3-0. And that one found the mark. All bets off now. I'm guessing 3-1 the count, BJ.
Come out of your shoes. But Fetty, you may not see a fastball, but he may throw a curveball for a strike. So look to drop it.
Check swing. It would have been a strike anyway. Now the count's full.
You got to be ready to hit that ball.
The 3-2 is hit toward third. Franco bobbles, can't make a play, and the Braves score the first run. Right down the line, Ozuna scores. The Braves get a big 2-out contact play to score and lead 1-0.
Got to be a base hit there. I mean, that ball, you're trying to backhand it down the line. RBI single for Arcia.
So what the Braves have done so well, 2-out hits. They pick up one here and score the game's first run. Now Harris the batter. Michael, a 7-game hitting streak with 11 hits in that stretch and 7 runs. That one all the way to the backstop. No chance for Ruiz as Arcia moves up 90 feet.
This made it easy for us. I would have tried to steal Arcia anyways, because if he gets thrown out, we have 2 leadoff hitters coming to the plate. Right now, here's one of them with Harris and Acuna on deck. So if he gets thrown out, I don't care, but it worked out.
Michael Harris, the youngest player in Major League Baseball. The next youngest, Wander Franco of Tampa Bay, who's all of 6 days older than
How about that?
Michael Harris, who's hitting .317.
The more bats he gets, the more comfortable he looks.
And think of all the firsts that Michael has gotten out of the way. First homers, first stolen bases, first multi-hit games, first 7-game hit streak. I mean, it's one first and one superlative after another for this kid. That's just on the offensive side. Right off his knuckles, a ground ball to second, and the peg to first will retire the side. Orlando Arcia with a 2-out single brings home Marcell Ozuna, and the Braves get the game's first run for Spencer Strider here in the second. Ruiz and Yadiel Hernandez with a 1-0 advantage. Strider 2-2 on the year, making his 4th big league start. Spencer's first big league start at Truist Park came against the Pirates. Went a career high 5 2/3 innings, struck out a career high tying 8.
I don't think that career high 8's going to last too long.
Hopefully he can blow by it here tonight, as Josh Bell, a tough man to strike out, is the Washington hitter. Bell has only struck out about 12-13% of his at-bats this year. And is hitting .294 as you see. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wow, that is by him.
It's a different 98, isn't it?
It is.
That's a good point. There's 98 that gets hit, and then there's 98 that just gets on you. And for whatever reason, the hitters do not pick it up well.
And the breaking ball erases Bell. 3rd strikeout for Strider. 1 up, 1 down in the 2nd inning. I mean, surely by now Major League hitters are not surprised by the stuff of Spencer Strider, but guys, they look like they are when they get in the box.
You're absolutely right. And Chip, he started again that slider high. That's an adjustment. I like that adjustment because he's starting at the same angle and area that his fastball's coming in, BJ. And if your slider has depth, it's almost like working that 12-6 curveball high out of that same angle, and you get fooled.
You know, as a hitter, it's one thing to look at video and say, okay, this guy throws hard, nasty slider. But then when you get up and see it live, it's totally different. And that's the adjustment that these hitters first time through have to make.
What do you do if you're like, okay, I'm not picking it up well, it's beating me? What adjustment do you make in that box?
Then you stop guessing. You wait for a pitch, a slider, because you feel like you can't catch up with the fastball, and you You can't miss that slider.
Do you try to get your foot down quicker? Do you maybe no stride? Do you
No
choke
stride.
up?
Me, no stride.
Okay.
I like to spread out a little bit and just use my hands.
So no stride versus strider. It might be a strategy. We'll see how it works out. The pitch. And there it disappears. Keibert Ruiz swung through that. Ruiz and Josiah Gray came over from the Dodgers. That was the Max Scherzer Trey Turner deal. We were supposed to see Gray here in the opener, but rain washed his start out. Maybe he'll start against the Phillies, who come here next for a 4-game set. And a great catch, as you know, the Braves fan base, Gold Glove caliber. Look at this play.
2 hands.
Yeah, it hurt too. You see him kind of, oh.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That'll make it feel better.
I was just about to say maybe it didn't hurt.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Strider. 2 in a row to start the second inning. And Yadiel Hernandez is coming up.
Another high slider starting up. That's the ticket so far. Now, Max Fried yesterday struck out 5 of the first 6, had a rough third, so you don't assume anything. There's a lot of game left, but Spencer Strider is on. Keep your foot on the gas, big fella.
Yadiel Hernandez with 4 homers and is 2 for 4 in the series. And Contreras said, "Get her down, fella."
Slow it down.
Yep.
Slow it down.
100 but too high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Last year you wouldn't have seen that out of Contreras.
Change up.
Oh,
If that's a change up,
That's
then
the change up sign. Nobody's on. Maybe he was going to throw it 104, BJ.
Three balls, no strikes. That was a page out of the Juan Soto playbook. There's no such thing as a called strike against me. But that one clearly had the box.
and he's not Soto.
No, he's not.
Well, if I'm pitching, that tells me you want to walk. That makes me feel good.
That's why you come right back with it.
Remember when Albert Bell got hit? He wouldn't take first. He
Yes.
refused to take first.
Yeah.
That intimidates me. You don't want to take first.
So Strider back with a full count after falling behind 3-0. The pitch took a little off and strike three. 84-mile-an-hour slider after 99-mile-an-hour heat. Spencer Strider has struck out the side for the first time in this game. He's got 5 of them, and he's got the lead after 2 in D.C. Home run in tonight's game raises money for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by going online to homerunchallenge.org. No home runs yet for the Braves, but as we said, 5 homers last night, 5 here on Monday. Braves have a great opportunity against Eric Fedde to make some records. Only 3 teams in the modern era have had at least 5 homers in 3 straight games. The Yankees did it in 2020. They did it in 2019, and the Red Sox in 1977. Delivered 3 games worth of punishment. As Acuna digs in and takes a little low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, Paul, watching Fedde right now, second time through the lineup, I'm looking off speed. And he's not commanding his fastball, but he is commanding that curveball.
Well, he's just throwing a lot of them. Yes. Second time through, you change it.
Yeah, I mean,
most of the time you establish fastball, both sides of the plate, fastball's in.
Correct.
First time through. Then you break out the other stuff second time through.
But he cannot command that pitch. So as a hitter, I'm saying, well,
you're going to sit breaker?
Change my sights. I got to sit breaking ball. And do not miss it.
3 balls and a strike. Fedde working quickly. The pitch. Popped up into left center field. Acuna has gotten 2 3-1 counts and has grounded out and flied out. 1 away with Dansby Swanson coming up. He's our Blue Moon bright spot. Boy, you can't say enough about what Dansby's done against these guys here in Washington.
He's needs to have a couple of blue moons after raking lately. 326, 15 RBIs. He is red hot, guys. And how about the little single, his first at bat? Don't have to hit it hard.
Right off the end of the bat to break up the Fedde no-hit bid, as that one caught the mark over the inside corner. 5 homers in 5 straight games for Dansby here at Nationals Park, dating back to last August 13th. That's the longest home run streak by any player in the 15-year history of Nationals Park. That doesn't seem possible, does it? 15 years.
Wow.
The Braves christened this park with Washington. Peter Moylan doesn't like to talk about that, so we won't. We'll let him go.
Well, he's not on set, so you can do that.
I can?
Yeah, you can talk.
Well, Ryan Zimmerman hit a long home run off Peter Moylan in the first game in walk-off fashion. As Dansby digs back in, takes downstairs. In fact, they're going to honor Ryan Zimmerman this weekend when the Phillies come in for a 4-game set. But for Dansby, that 5 homers in 5 games in this ballpark is the longest by a Braves player at any road stadium in the modern era in the history of the franchise. Earl Torgeson homered in 5 straight games at Crosley Field in the late 1940s to 1950. So Dansby could have that record all by himself if he can take Erick Fedde out tonight. This guy's been tough on him. Dansby 3 for 15 lifetime at the plate. Braves 1, Nationals nothing. A 2-out single by Orlando Arcia. The only tally, and Dansby swings and misses. And that is strikeout number 2 for Erick Fedde, and Austin Riley's coming up.
Slide a curveball, slide a curveball. It's coming.
So if you know it's coming, what's the approach got to be?
Well, you got to slow it down, and you just can't miss it. I mean, guys are still sitting on that fastball, and they're just too quick.
Riley unloads first pitch. Did he keep it fair? Right down the line. That ball is foul.
Wow.
Austin tossed the bat away and made his way down the first base line. He thought he hooked it around the pole fair. Let's see if the Braves take another peek at this. This was the original intent of replay. Boundary calls.
That looks foul to me.
So the Braves are going to take a look at this, but the angles we saw look like he did pull it foul.
You know, Wash has the best view of this in the park. He's over talking in front of the dugout. But I agree with you, from our vantage point, it looked like it was foul. Nothing to question.
Another look. If the ball disappears, that means it's behind the pole, which means from that angle, it's a foul ball.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. It is a foul ball.
So had that been fair, that would have been the 11th homer by the Braves in this series. Instead, it's strike one for Austin Riley, who's so far hitless in this series. Time to change that. Austin, no balls and a strike. And back out of play, it's 0-2. All the home runs the Braves have been hitting, they are now second in the major leagues in home runs. They've hit 94 of them as a team. The New York Yankees have hit 98 home runs this year. 0-2. This is your point, Brian, that you made earlier in the game. You too, Paul. Fedde will get ahead, and then he nibbles, gets deep counts, sometimes gets out of trouble, sometimes doesn't.
I like BJ's approach right now. And I usually like fastball, adjust to breaking ball, but I like his approach of sit, curve, sit, slider.
Yeah, I mean, he just has no command of that fastball. Can't find the strike zone.
More walks than strikeouts for Fedde over his last 3 outings. 13 runs in 11 2/3 of work coming in. He's given up 1 so far tonight. And Riley will see another pitch. Braves are 25-4 this year when they score the first run of the game. They've done that. Ozuna led off the second with a double. Arcia brought him home with a ground ball single right down the third base line that Michael Franco couldn't field cleanly. And another 3-2 pitch is down the right field line. Austin's reeling him in here. Payoff again. On the ground, Franco to his left scoops that one up, and his toss to first is in time, and Fedde has his first 1-2-3 inning. Lower third for the Nationals. Spencer Strider with 5 strikeouts goes back to work with the lead.
On top 1-0 over the Nationals. Spencer Strider back out on the bump. He struck out 5 of the 6 batters he's faced here tonight. And in just catching up with Adam Duvall earlier this afternoon, I said, what do you like about playing behind this guy? And he said, you know, I don't know if I have ever seen the amount of swing and misses he gets in the zone. And he goes, it is something about the deception, but it's a certain level of deception. He goes, of course it doesn't hurt. He's throwing 100 miles an hour, right? But the life on the fastball and that deception, as you guys were talking about, it's what really sets him apart. And Duvall went on to say, you know, I've played behind some really good pitchers, so it's impressive, and I'm just glad I'm not the one facing him. But Birdie, can you expand on what you think it is that makes it so deceptive for Strider out here?
I can, but I'm trying to figure it out. What I do really like is his arm comes from behind his head. It's short. It's not long and lanky where hitters can get that view and see that windmill look. So if you watch from behind right here, comes out of the ear a little bit like a Craig Kimbrell. And when you have that short arm action, then you see 100 from a guy that's 5'11", you just don't see that.
I like the way he stands on a mound. It's kind of weird. He kind of opens his foot up, and then he opens his body up.
Yeah, he presets that
There
foot.
it is. There it is. As a hitter looking at that, I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? And all of a sudden he throws the 100 right by you.
But I agree with Adam. I mean, I've seen a lot of pitchers in my lifetime too, and velocity doesn't equal swings and misses or deception or a ball that beats you.
Michael Franco with a 2-2 count. Leading off the Nationals' third inning, Luis Garcia, and Victor Robles will follow him. Strider ready, here it is, and he fouled that away. Well, Baseball Savant is a wonderful website if you want to watch the game and figure out how dominating a guy's stuff is, and you want all the metrics for a major league hitter, how far they hit it, the exit velocities and launch angles and the like. It's also fascinating to watch how deceptive a starting pitcher or a relief pitcher stuff is on any given game. As Dansby handles that slow roller to short, 4-out number 1. At the moment, Spencer Strider has thrown 35 pitches. He's thrown 25 strikes. He's gotten 16 swings, 9 swings and misses. So throwing a lot of strikes, and the ones that they try to hit, they can't. He's retired 7 in a row to start the game.
It's like what I said to you, Paul, earlier. I mean, if you throw this hard, why waste a lot of balls?
Yeah.
You know?
Another swing and miss for Garcia, who has been bailing and wailing at the plate this entire series. He does have a couple of hits and rides a 5-game hitting streak into play tonight. But he is selling out, trying to hit it over their bullpen. So
That
Mike
ball
Strider's chances here. Sorry, BJ.
That ball was by him. Garcia is saying, man, throw me an off-speed pitch.
Late there and fouled back. Spencer's just getting loose. He's throwing 100 now. He's had a couple of those in the game. Hasn't had to throw the changeup yet. Boy, I love it when you don't show all your weapons the first time through the lineup. Now to play again. It's 0-2. Again, to Paul's point, I agree 100%. You can have all the velocity in the world, but if you don't throw enough strikes, it isn't going to matter. His pitch has been very competitive tonight. Only 10 pitches off the plate. And another swing and a miss. That's 6 strikeouts for Strider. He's only in the 3rd inning. 2 outs.
Stop me if I've said this before, Chip, but I really like the location of the slider where he's starting it out high, just like that fastball. And BJ, if somebody's throwing 100, you've got to be ready to get it going. Once you commit, and then you realize, oh no, it's got a different spin on it. It's too late.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost unfair when you're throwing at 99, 100, and then you can snap off a curveball at 86, 87.
So Victor Robles, the batter, and Robles takes a strike. 234 average, a homer, 19 driven in. I mean, they just can't pick him up at all. So make quick work of Mr. Robles and get the bats back up there in the 4th inning. Olson, Ozuna, and Contreras are coming up. On the ground, Riley tried to backhand it. That's under his glove. And Robles around first on his way to second. And he'll stand there with 2 outs on an 0-2 count. Routine ground ball. Riley just missed it.
Gotta ask you, Paul. You just made him look silly on that slider away. Why wouldn't you come back with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball? That's probably the only pitch he could hit, is that off-speed stuff.
That's one of those, you go back to your hotel and you think about things like that.
Well, it's an E5. So the no-hit bid still intact for Lane Thomas, runner at second, representing the tying run. First time Strider's been in the stretch in tonight's game, and he's doing it against a hot hitter, Lane Thomas.
I think that hurt Max a little bit last night. Didn't have anyone in the stretch in the first 2. And then that 3rd, got a base runner, started trying to pick a little bit, got out of rhythm, lost a little bit of command.
So a few extra pitches here for Strider in the home third inning. The pitch right there. It's 2-1.
What's good about this is you have 2 outs. You don't worry about the base runner stealing. Just concentrate on the hitter at the plate. Get back in rhythm.
Good lead at second for Robles. The pitch. That's a pretty good offering. Didn't get the call. 3-1 the count. So Strider quietly expressing his displeasure with that miss from Alan Porter behind the plate. 3-1 for Lane Thomas. The stretch and the Strider pitch. And he lost him. So a few more extra pitches will be coming after the E5. A base on balls. Cesar Hernandez the hitter. And now the second time through the order. We'll see what adjustments, if any, the Nationals can make here, Brian, in a 1-0 Braves game.
Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. You give up that hit, well, error. All of a sudden you throw from the stretch. It seems like he's trying to find his groove from the stretch.
Umpire missed the pitch too. I believe this count should be 3-2, but you're right. Cannot let the umpire missing a pitch affect you. You forget about it. You go after this hitter.
Right on by from the mustachioed man, Spencer Strider. Great story in The Athletic on Spencer Strider and the magic of the mustache. Jeff Schultz did that. Hope you'll enjoy it. Fans here in Washington wearing the stashes too. 0-1 count for Hernandez. Braves lead by a run.
Brian Jordan used to have a stash back in the day.
I sure did. It was a pretty cool stash.
Oh, yeah?
I could see you with big Fu Manchu, right? Like Al Rubaski used to have.
Oh, man.
Fly ball hit toward right. Acuna retreats. Good read, and he's got it. And that will retire the side. Hernandez hit it hard. Spencer pitches around the E5. He's got 6 strikeouts and the lead through 3 in Washington. Let's check out our Zaxby's indescribably good play. That's really the only way you can discuss what's happened for the Braves in the month of June. It is describable, and boy, Paul, is it very good.
This is what happens after you give a speech that looks like you're riding on a horse from Braveheart. Check it out, 7.2 runs per game. Guys have responded. You see that run differential. That's incredible. Strikeout rate, all of it. Pitching, hitting, some of the best in baseball. We got to bottle that speech up, Chip. Find out what it is. Sell it.
Well, they're doing it in all facets of the game. Pitching, defense, relief pitching, contact, power. And illustrated as Matt Olson digs in. During the 13-game winning streak, think about this. The 13-game winning streak, the Braves as a team have hit 32 home runs. The Detroit Tigers, who in fairness to them play in a gigantic ballpark, as a team this year have hit 31 homers all year. So the Braves in 2 weeks have more homers than the Tigers team has for the season.
It's amazing.
In fairness to them, though, they start out in that cold weather, man. So,
no question.
Goodness.
But it's still just an amazing number.
It is.
As Olson behind 0-2 and takes high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll keep you up to date on the Mets. They're hosting the Brewers again tonight. Good news, Milwaukee leads 2-0 at Citi Field in New York. Braves win and a Brewers win means we'd be 4 games back heading into the series with the Cubs. 1-2 pitch. And Olson Chase didn't get that. And Eric Fedde has 3 strikeouts. That's in a cold spell. He's 2 for his last 12. 1 away.
I was talking to Marcel before the game, and I said, what's the difference that hitting? And BJ said he's getting back earlier. He's loading earlier with that toe tap, really being intentional about it, almost to the point where it's uncomfortable. But when he goes to swing, he feels like he's on time.
Yeah. And he gets those hips through the zone, and that's important for him. You can see clearly the toe tap that he's talking about. Sometimes he'll get there too quick and has to try to readjust, and that's why he's been so off lately. But now it's starting to come together.
That's something a veteran player is going to have a much easier time doing, Brian, than a guy, let's say, like Michael Harris in his first couple of weeks. He knows his swing.
Yes.
And these pitchers.
And he's big on, after every at bat, looking at the video and see what he did right, see what he did wrong.
It's launched out of play foul. 65 pitches, now 66 pitches, I beg your pardon, for Fedde.
Chip, you talked about Harris. I think one of the most impressive things about Harris is that he's changed his hands his first week in the big leagues because he did a drill with Kevin Seitzer. I mean, what an athlete.
Downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Youngest player in the big leagues, changing on the fly, making it work. Making those headbands work too.
That's another great promotional idea. Got to have Strider, mustache, and Harris headband days.
Come in.
At Truist Park. Great schedule coming up for Atlanta at the end of this road trip. We're home with the Giants and Dodgers. It'll be emotional on June 24th when Freddie Freeman and the LA club come to town. As the pitch from Fedde is downstairs, no swing, and Ozuna is aboard with a 1-out walk. That's the first walk for Eric Fedde. And he's been walking a lot of people. So Ozuna's aboard for the second time in the game. Let's see what Contreras can do. Remember, his deep fly ball got Marcel to third base. That led to the Arcia 2-out run scoring hit, the only run for either club in the game to this point.
And just another big 2-out hit by Arcia.
Kind of liking that medallion that Contreras is sporting in front of his Braves jersey. BJ, can't you see Birdie with one of those, with a PB?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little bird.
That one's
Maybe
a little small,
bird.
though. I need one that's bigger to fit my brand.
One ball, no strikes for Contreras. The pitch. That was a good breaking ball at the bottom of the zone. It's even 1-1.
I'll say this, Chip, when you've won 13 straight, you don't change a thing.
Nope.
Keep wearing whatever you've been wearing.
And when it happens on a road trip, they have wash facilities in the visiting ballparks. A lot of guys are probably getting some laundry done before Game 3 of this series. The 1-1 pitch for the Atlanta catcher, William Contreras. And he shoots this one to right. Nice piece of hitting. Lane Thomas has a strong arm. The Braves play it station to station, first and second, with 1 out, and Adam Duvall, BJ, coming up.
Wow, he just continues to impress me, man. I mean, that pitch is away, and he gets that leg up, gets that front foot down very quickly, and look, he just extends out and looks to hit it that way. I mean, you look at his body, and it's like he's going to try to pull this ball, but no, he stays on it and shoots it to right field.
If you can hit a foul pole, pull it, crush it, and then do that, then I'm having trouble how to figure out how to pitch you.
Are we at the stage in the game where the Braves could just sell out and look away against Fedde?
Yes. Change your sights, right center field, and good things will happen.
Adam Duvall, the batter. He does try to hit it the other way. Bell drifting back. Coming over as well as Hernandez, and Cesar makes the play. Duvall swings the first pitch. He's retired, and here's Arcia again with 2 outs. Let's see if he can come through a second time.
Another big opportunity, runner in scoring position. 2 outs. Situation where the Braves have been very successful.
That's talk over strategy. Do they want Arcia or do they want Harris? We'll find out in a moment after a quick message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
5 RBIs for Arcia against the Nationals in limited duty this year. Braves have 4 hits. Washington has none. They've had 2 base runners. Against Spencer Strider, the pitch. And he starts him with a breaking ball. Ozuna, the lead runner. And Orlando moves his feet. It's an even count. He's done a good job of pushing this man's pitch count up. He's at 75 of them. They are, if not on fumes, pretty close to it in that bullpen. They made a flurry of roster moves to bolster their relief corps, but Braves have some 4 guys throw 2 innings in relief in the first 2 games of this series. For Washington, the pitch. Shaved off the inside corner, ball and 2 strikes. We've left 2 men on base, one of them in scoring position. They've got Ozuna at second and Arcia with a 1-2 count. Right under his chin whiskers. That was close. 2-2.
Got to come back with that curveball down in the zone where he went strike 1 with. First pitch got him off the plate. Fastball. Now he throws a high fastball.
Plenty of room down the first base line if Orlando could guide one that way. Bell is way off the line at first for the Nationals defensively. No real shift to speak of. They try to take away up the middle for Orlando. Outfield straight away. As Fedde ready, his 2-2 pitch. A lot of full counts. 5 of them to be exact for Fedde, and we're only in the 4th inning.
That's what we're talking about, where he's picking too much. But we'll take it. Nats bullpen is not rested.
So the Braves runners will get a break. They'll get a head start. Ozuna from second, Contreras from first. As Fedde stares down a 3-2 pitch. With Braves second baseman, big lead, runners go, and a ground ball just foul at third. We'll try again. Franco and Ozuna talking to each other as Marcel heads back to second base.
Atlanta Braves talk to more opposing players than any team I have ever seen in the history of the game.
I think Ozuna was just talking to his teammate Arcia. Say, hey, straighten that out. Getting too old to keep running. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners go. The pitch. It hit him. And the Braves will have the bases loaded. And Michael Harris is coming up. He just cannot command the inside part of the plate. And I misspoke. It didn't hit him. It sure looked like it was going to. That'll go as a walk, not a hit by pitch. And now Harris looking for a big 2-out hit. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Franco way off the line at third base. Ozuna, Contreras, and Arcia the runners. Need a big hit. The pitch. Fouled straight back, strike 1.
Now, if I'm Harris and I'm doing my homework, which he has been, I'm seeing where Fedde is missing a lot on arm side. It's going to be tough to throw anything on the inside part of the plate if you're missing arm side. So in my opinion, he should be looking out over and looking to drive the ball.
And he's been doing that a terrific job driving that ball to right center field. Both of his home runs to right center.
And look how much room they give him there, BJ. The pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're trying to get it in there and he can't get it.
Beautiful night in Washington. Braves have a big chance. Bases loaded. The pitch. Hot shot. That's through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Contreras streaking around third. Lane Thomas's throw to the plate. Not cut off. The kid comes through. The Braves with 3 2-out RBIs in the game extend the lead in the 4th inning. It's 3-0.
What a terrific job. He tried to get in there, and Michael Harris II went down and got it. Lines this ball to right field. Man, he just continues to get it done, guys. You know, and I keep saying young players come up, get off to a hot start, pitchers make adjustments to him, but he's adjusting right back. He is not intimidated at all.
Double digits in RBIs for the first time as a major leaguer. He's up to 11. Another first for Harris. Now Acuna can deliver some big punishment. He's up with 2 in, 2 on, and 2 out. 3-0 Braves in Game 3 in Washington. Ronald is 0 for 2 tonight. He's gotten into 2 hitters counts, 3-1 counts, and hasn't been able to do anything with him. Let's see what he can do his 3rd time up. He's up for a 3rd time. We're in the 4th inning. Pitch. Lifted to the right side. Bell gives chase over near the camera well and netting, and won't have a play. Once again, the 7, 8, 9 spots for the Braves, who have been so good in this series, have come up big tonight. All 3 RBIs. 1 from Arcia batting 8th, 2 from Harris hitting 9th.
Acuna 0 for his last 10 with a walk. Time for him to break out. That's not going to continue.
Braves lower third has 10 RBIs in this series. 1-1 pitch. Harris running, swing, and a fly ball center. Robles drifting back, and Ronald Matty got under that one. But the Braves have a great 4th inning. They cash in a couple of walks. They get a big hit from the kid, Michael Harris. And after 3.5, they extend the lead with this base hit to right. Atlanta 3, Washington nothing. Is presented by Truist. Atlanta off to a great start, trying to win 14 in a row. They've got a 3-0 lead over the Nationals. Spencer Strider has struck out 6. He has not yet allowed a hit. And now he's got a little breathing room as he faces the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Nationals. Cruz, Bell, and Ruiz up for the 2nd time here in Game 3 of the series. Nelly Cruz grounded out to 2nd in his lone at bat in the game. And strike after strike from Spencer Strider. It's 0-1. BJ, you mentioned you grew a mustache one time. Did you ever grow a beard like Cruz?
No, I couldn't get the beard to work. No.
Got kind of a goatee working.
My little teeny goatee right now. I don't want it to get long, though.
Well, you don't want to do the ZZ Top, Billy
No,
Gibbons beard?
Absolutely
Taste
not.
your soup for a week?
Absolutely not.
EY grows a good beard.
Yeah,
He does.
Got the Denzel going.
Wow, you dropped the Denzel on him? That's a real big compliment.
It's got a little gray in it. Yeah.
And it's number 7 for Strider. Cruz overmatched. As we said, one of the game's great fastball hitters with 454 home runs. Look how late he was on this high heat.
Oh my goodness, that's fuel, BJ.
And that's what I'm talking about. Just go right at him. Say, hit me if you can.
And look at where Strider is pitch count wise. Again, it's worth noting, so many strikeout pitchers automatically are going to have a high pitch count because you need 3 pitches to strike a man out. But he doesn't waste his pitches. They're so competitive, Paul, that he gets swings and misses on balls that are balls, not necessarily just strikes.
College, I used to have the big curve. Got into pro ball, kept that, and I would get some swings and misses and bounce them. And my pitching coach told me one time, Fred Gladding, he said, get used to getting guys out in the zone, because when you get to the big leagues, they're not going to chase that. They're going to have better eyes. Strike zone's a little smaller. Get used to getting guys out in the zone. And that was very, very wise, because you want to work on things in the minor leagues that you need to do in the big leagues. So when you get up there, you're ready.
1-2 count. Look how late Bell swung at that. I mean, right now, there's a long way to go, but right now, this is, you know, a boy against men. It's really man against boys, and Spencer Strider is the man. With 7 strikeouts, 1 away from matching his career high of 8 that he tied in his outing against the Pirates. The other thing that's so impressive about what Spencer's trying to do is solidify the 5th spot in rotation for the Braves. Big Four have done great work. As there it is, number 8, 2 up, 2 down in the 4th inning. I mean, he could tell them it's coming, and they're not going to catch it right now.
With the pirouette.
And for me, I'm not even going to try to swing at that high fastball right there, hot cheese. This is a guy where I'm waiting on a slider. I know he might not throw me a changeup from the right side, so I got to wait on a slider.
Well, I just want to say that Spencer Strider is late in the 4th. He's got great stuff, and he is yet to give up 2 walks. He's only walked 1.
And it came with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Keibert Ruiz, the hitter, the pitch. And he's behind 0-2. So the kid's a strike away from a new big league high.
There was the changeup right there.
Got to let him know. Got another bullet in that holster.
And saved it for the 2nd time through the order. And 101 fouled away. His fastest pitch of the game. With this kid, it's not just about velocity, it's about location. He has had both. That'll work.
Opponents, 0.96 average, 57 strikeouts.
He just threw 101 and did a pirouette a little too early. It's a ballet move, Chip. You got to work on that in the offseason.
I'm afraid they don't make a 2-2 big enough. I'm going to have to pass. I'll let you guys.
Don't remind me of a 2-2. My rookie year, I had to wear a 2-2. Oh, that was awful.
Well, that sounds like a story we'll have to get into when we get to the 5th inning.
Okay.
You know the old rookie
on
the road,
the hazing thing.
The hazing, yeah.
I'm picturing you in a 2-2 with your mustache
and you know what?
Tight shirt.
It had to happen in Atlanta, of all places.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Ruiz. And that skipped up there.
Where my kids were young, and they see Daddy come out the locker room with a 2-2 on. I just ran right on the bus. I just waved and said, "See you later."
You lost all authority with your family.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
So Strider now about to make his 69th pitch. 47 strikes. Here it is. On the ground, softly hit right at Riley, and the peg to first is in time. Spencer Strider will take this game to the 5th inning. Atlanta leads it 3-0. The first 3 runs of Game 3 of this series, trying to extend an impressive winning streak here at Nationals Park. Fellas, that's the Who's Hot feature brought to you by Texas Pete.
10-game win streak here at Nationals Park, 26 home runs. Look at the pitching though, Paul. 2.83 ERA.
You got to love the home runs allowed too, keeping the ball in the park. Saves, fantastic. No late inning blown leads, which wear a team out.
But the last 2 games, 10 home runs.
Tonight, the Braves winning a different way. Patience and 2-out clutch hitting. Couple of walks extended the 4th inning. Michael Harris with a 2-run single. Orlando Arcia with a 2-out run scoring hit in the 2nd. That's where we stand. As Spencer Strider, 4 hitless innings on the mound for Atlanta. Dansby Swanson leads off. The Braves 2, 3, 4 hitters. Let's put this thing out of reach.
And the Braves have done a great job of that. Add-on runs where we struggled early in the season. We would score early and never score again. But all of a sudden, through this streak, and for the last 2 weeks, just adding on as the game goes on.
I said it last night, Brian, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it. You can just sense a different look of confidence from the Braves offense right now over the last 2 weeks. Obviously, you win 13 games in a row, you're going to be confident. But the approach and just the body language, I guess, is what I'm getting to.
Yeah, I mean, that comes from confidence of winning. You know, at this point, you feel like you're going to win every ball game. You're going through that type of streak. And I remember back in 2000 when we won 15 in a row. I mean, you just stuck your chest out and went out there on the field saying, we're going to beat you guys. I don't care who you throw at us. And that's the attitude right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That's fouled away. Then, Bertie, when you factor in the good defense behind you, the pitchers have their chests popping out too. And you know, if you get the lead with the way the bullpen's gone this month, they feel good.
I love the offense I'm seeing if I'm pitching on this team, and I love the defense. I can get a ground ball and feel good about it. I can also get a fly ball and feel really good about it. Very complete team right now.
That's outside for Dansby. Another full count from Fedde. 6 of those. As he's in the 5th inning. Austin Riley waiting on deck. The pitch. Cued foul. These are tough times for the Nationals, but you know what? As we say, no mercy. You got to just take care of your own business and then hope the Nats get hot with the Phillies coming in for a big series starting tomorrow. We head to Wrigley Field, our lone visit against the Cubs.
I feel so bad for Dave Martinez. I love him, my teammate. Win a World Series in 2019 and you lose all your players. That's kind of tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
And think about the celebratory nature of this season for the Braves, right? In 2022, you have a year-long party after winning the World Series. Nationals did not have that.
Right.
The COVID season wiped all of that out for them. As the Brave shortstop Dansby digs in with another full count pitch. And he pokes this one into right center field. That's down for a hit. Good work for Swanson, who came in with 2 career hits against Eric Fedde. He's got 2 hits against him tonight, Brian.
Just a great battle right there. I mean, getting the count full, getting back in the hitter's count, and just being aggressive. This ball is close enough that you can't take. Try to put it in play. Got jammed a little bit, but he's strong enough to drive that ball in the right center field for a single. And way to start this inning off.
We talked about the base running again, always a threat to steal, and that's going to affect the pitcher Fedde, who's already been rushing and missing arm side. Now you're going to have to go quick, which only makes it more probable that you would release early.
Not going, and Riley fouls it back. Austin's in a bit of a cold stretch over his last 13.
And I'm not sure, guys, but you know, he got hit the first 2 times in the first game. Then he gets hit yesterday. You know, sometimes when you're getting hit inside, it takes you away from diving. And it just seems like he's a tick off right now.
Well, one of the surest ways to get back on that beam, take advantage of what the Nationals defense gives you. Bell's holding Swanson at first. He's got 3 acres to play with on the right side of the infield if he can shoot a ball that way.
3 acres, I like it.
Maybe 4. It's Big Park.
Well, with my farm, I speak in acres, so I related to that.
Runner goes this time, and that's fouled away. It's a cutter, 0-2 the count.
Dansby had a great jump there. He could have just walked in on that pitch.
Three runs on 6 hits for the Braves, zeros across for the Nationals. We play on in the 5th inning. Right off Fetty's foot. Riley legging down the line. He's going to make it safely. Well, sometimes that's what gets you going. Barrel the ball, hit it off the pitcher, you get a base knock, pressure's off, and the Braves have 2 on, nobody out. Let's see if the Nats come out and check on Erick Fedde. And let's see where it got him.
Wow, that pitch was running away from him, and he was able to drive this ball up the middle.
I just want to say, as a pitcher, when you follow through, it's really hard to catch a 106.5 mile an hour ball coming at you like a rocket.
The Nationals bullpen just got up. It's Steve Cishek. We saw Steve in the 4th inning of game 1. He went 2 innings of hitless, scoreless relief. And for Fedde against the Braves, if it's not one thing, it's another. Atlanta has smacked him around again tonight. 4 hits in the last 2 innings. And 7 hits in total for Matt Olson. 2 on, nobody out. The Braves first baseman's popped out and struck out in the game.
I want to see him get back to just being aggressive. Swing for the fence. When he did that back in Atlanta, when he took extra bat in practice and he came in the game and hit a high fastball way out in right field, he just pulled it.
Got under it. Popped up. Drifting out shallow center. It'll carry out to Robles, and the center fielder makes the play. No infield fly. And Olson does swing at the first pitch. Skies out. 2 on, 1 away.
Well, and Olson's frustrated that not only did he not get a hit, but he didn't move anyone over for his teammate Ozuna. So here's a chance where you can pick your teammate up, BJ.
Marcel's had a super series. He's homered in back-to-back games. He has homered in 3 straight games before. In fact, it happened May 17th through the 20th for the Braves. He scored 2 of the Braves' 3 runs. RBI chance for him here. The pitch. On the ground, this one should be a double play. There's 1, and there is 2. Fedde got hit in the foot and then got fed up. Atlanta fails to score in the 5th inning, but leads the game 3-0. And Mets are battling. Corbin Burns and David Peterson. That's Luis Urias. He has a base hit to left field. That brings home a couple of runs for the Brewers, who led 3-0. It's now 3-1. Peterson already out of the game, as Milwaukee trying to right its ship and help the Braves out at the same time. If that score holds, if this score holds, we'll head to Chicago at the off day and be just 4 games back in the Eastern race. Now for Spencer Strider. He's got to get through 5 innings with the lead to qualify for the win. He's thrown 69 pitches. He has struck out 8 and has not yet allowed a hit. As that one just fouled at first by Yadiel Hernandez. No balls and a strike.
This is a good matchup right here. Hernandez from Cuba, good fastball hitter. Great story getting to the big leagues when he was 32.
Change up. Sprinkling that in a little more now, fellas. And Just like that, it's 0-2. Strider looking for a new career high in strikeouts. Perhaps it'll come with this pitch. He'll have to wait another. Out of play. Still 0-2.
99 in. Perfect pitch right there.
Does he throw an 0-2 changeup? It's open. No, just throw 100 on the corner.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Right on the corner.
Again, that's what's so noticeable about Spencer Strider. He makes competitive pitches. There are very few wasted offerings from this kid. There's an example of what we're talking about. Happens infrequently. Every now and then he'll muscle up.
Well, but that's not necessarily bad. I mean, if you do that all the time, that's bad.
Right.
But right there, you just changed an eye level, and you work off that if a ball got away from you. If you're consistently doing that, that's a problem.
Cue shot foul. And Hernandez stays alive.
You're exactly right, Paul. I mean, he changed the eye level and he went back to that changeup down in his zone. I don't know how Hernandez cue balled that one out to fair.
I would tell that to young kids, Chip, like if they threw one off the backstop or this and that, you know, that's not bad. Maybe the hitter's a little nervous because you could be wild right now.
1-2 pitch. Hernandez putting up a good fight here. Yadiel struck out looking in the second inning. Strider struck out the side in that frame. He has 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Pitch. Didn't offer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No worries about pitch count for Strider. He's stretched out. 92 pitches came in that start against the Pirates. The pitch. Struck him out. There's the career high, number 9. Yadiel Hernandez, a swing and a miss, 1 away in the Washington 5th inning.
After away on the fastball, he comes in, BJ. And when you come in with that fastball, the effective velocity on the inside corner, if you hit your spot, add 6 miles an hour to it.
See if he has an easier time with Michael Franco. That's a good way to start. 99. No balls and a strike. Strider's been very open and honest about all the changes that he had to make after being drafted by the Braves. Coming off Tommy John surgery, had to clean up his delivery, clean up his pitching mechanics. Did all of that, switched his diet. He's a vegan. He's in great shape. As this one's whacked toward right. Ronald retreats, but stops shy of the track. Franco late on 100 miles an hour, 2 outs. So all of those things, Bertie, have launched him from the campus at Clemson University into the world champion starting rotation.
Well, and I saw him pitch at Clemson, and I mean no disrespect, but he wasn't the physical specimen he is now. Switched to that vegan diet. He leaned up, got stronger, got Tommy John, is a much better pitcher. He would top out at 97. Now he's averaging 98. So a big difference.
Again, in that story I mentioned about Spencer, it was a great story, and it illustrates the inexact nature that is scouting future major league players. Alex Anthopoulos, the GM, Dana Brown, saw this kid and was pushing to take him when the Braves did in the draft. And there were some who thought it was a big reach taking him that high in the draft. Well, Dana Brown saw something and is being validated with every 98, 99 mile an hour pitch.
He was right. As for the vegan diet, Kelly Kroll asked Snit before the game if he had convinced him to go on the vegan diet. Snit said, no, it's too late for that.
Hey, the vegan donuts are excellent, guys.
Really?
Go to Whole Foods and get some vegan donuts. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I like donuts.
You better
so if you're
work
telling
out.
me there's a chance, you have to check that out.
You know me, I'm thinking vegan. You know, the calories are cut and But that's not the truth, man. You eat those donuts, man. There's some calories in those things.
We've been noticing, Brian. Didn't I bring that up? 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. Hit high in the air. That's trouble. And that one is way out of here. Luis Garcia, the hottest Nationals hitter, has their first hit, their first run, a 2-out solo homer. And it's now a 3-1 game in the 5th inning.
Wow, we saw this kid make some great defensive plays early in this ball game. And man, his second home run of the season. That was a bullet, guys.
Well, that's unfortunate. I was pulling for the no-hitter for Strider, who certainly had no-hitter stuff tonight and was locating well. But you've got to credit the other team and Garcia for getting him on the board.
So now you go out and win the game. Get through 5.
No.
See what the pitch count looks like, see how he feels, and see if you send him out for a 3rd inning, or 3rd time through, I should say, in the Washington 6th. Braves by 2. It's a 3-1 score. And Robles lost the helmet. He hit that, but not the baseball. 0-2 the count.
He'll have to settle for your at least career high in strikeouts at 9. Can he get 10 right here?
I would throw the fastball. No off speed to this guy.
The 0-2 struck him out. First time Spencer Strider has double digits in strikeouts. A 100-mile-an-hour fastball up and missed by Victor Robles. 3-1 Atlanta. We go to the 6th inning. Is on display in Washington with Spencer Strider on the mound. His first career 10 strikeout game. Yeah, the Braves fans are happy about that. And we're happy to see Spencer get through 5 innings with a 3-1 lead. We'll see if he goes back out for the 6th. Nobody's up in the Braves bullpen as Eric Fedde has to go back out for Washington. There is, however, action in their bullpen if Eric has any further trouble. He's got Contreras, Duvall, and Arcia coming up. And the lower third of this Braves lineup has been awfully good.
Keep adding on, fellas.
Yeah, get that run back.
That's right.
The only hit the Nationals have left the ballpark. Luis Garcia's home run gives him a 6-game hit streak. You know, Williams excited about getting to Chicago. I guarantee you Wilson's going to hang out with him and spend time with the family. It was one of the wonderful moments early in the season when the Contreras brothers brought out the lineup cards for their respective clubs.
Really cool.
Yeah, mom and dad in the stands. Very emotional.
Fedde's top triple digits in pitches tonight. He has had trouble in every inning but the 3rd. When he got the Braves in order. 27 pitches in the 4th cost him 2 runs. That's the difference in the game as that breaking ball has fallen off. And it's 1-2. Speaking of Chicago, the Braves have their rotation set for the 3-game set with the Cubs in order. Charlie Morton Friday, Kyle Wright Saturday, Ian Anderson Sunday. Those games will start at 2:20 Eastern Time. The pitch. Good take. 2-2.
Fedde's done a nice job this game. I know he's not matched Strider, and Strider has outpitched him, but he's really done a nice job with this Braves offense kind of holding them at bay.
Another full count. 7 of those. You're right, Paul. He had a good start against us in September last year. So maybe he's figured out something against the Braves.
Well, what I mean by that, he hasn't been that sharp, but he's found a way to get his team to the 6th inning, and they're still in the game.
And a swing and a miss. Contreras swung at ball 4. There's the first out. Fenty has 4 strikeouts in the game. And Adam Duvall is coming up. And Adam's starting to heat up. He's our Synovus Get There feature. The move to left has helped Adam at the plate, if that makes sense, Brian.
Yes, it makes sense. Saving his legs. Don't have to run as much out to center field. And those numbers are starting to pick up. 5 home runs. He's barreling up balls. And he's starting to hit off-speed pitches, which he's struggled all season on.
Adam was very vocal about the change in approach he's taken at the plate. Instead of concentrating on lifting and launching the ball, trying to hit line drives. And if he does that, he is more than strong enough to split gaps and hit it over the fence.
When you're on deck, do you picture yourself hitting a line drive, or when you're on the on-deck circle, do you picture yourself hitting a home run? What do you visualize?
Well, one, I'm trying to get my timing on every pitch. And yeah, I mean, I visualize every at bat I'm gonna go yeah. There's no doubt about that. But it's all about timing. I mean, and figuring out the strategy of the pitcher.
So you're practicing your front foot.
Getting my front foot down in time.
Derek Jeter used to like walk all the way. He's like almost behind home when I would pitch and then batter, and I'm seeing Jeter in the background. I remember one time I made him move and he got frustrated with me. But that, you know, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be on that on-deck circle and not be able to see that.
Well, we saw that with Will Smith and Soto last year. Will stopped throwing and told him to get out of there. It didn't work out for Will, though. He just made Soto mad. You remember that?
Some good TV, though.
It did. It did.
There's Will Smith. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Duvall from Fetty. Breaking ball and a fastball count. This is the most pitches Eric has thrown in a regular season game. He's only gone above 100 once coming into play tonight. He's given Davey Martinez 110 pitches when they desperately need length out of their right-handed starter. 3-2 is inside. That's ball 4. That's the third walk for Fetty to go with 4 strikeouts. Take advantage of the slide into summer. Flash sale happening now. Get 35% off tickets to cheer on the Braves when they take on the Giants, the Cardinals, or Mets in June and July. Tickets are based on availability. Make sure to get your tickets before the offer expires at midnight tonight. Visit Braves.com/flash to lock in your summer plans at Truist Park. That's the end of the line for Eric Fetty. 5 1/3 innings, 3 runs allowed. The Braves have a threat with Orlando Arcia coming up.
Steve Cishek in, taking over for Fetty. It'll be Orlando Arcia at the dish. And I was mentioning catching up with Adam Duvall this afternoon, and he, of course, saw a lot of Arcia when they were in the NL Central. Adam with Cincinnati, Arcia with the Brewers, and he goes, you know, one of the things that just stands out to me is how athletic he is, and that strong arm, but also his ability to hit the ball the other way and to be able to come off the bench and swing like he has for us really the whole season. It's really impressive. But guys, what I really loved is he said also from a teammate standpoint, seeing him have success is gratifying for us because he's always one of the first ones to be excited for us once we do something good. So I just love that, the way these guys cheer one another on, and Arcia getting the shot right now. I think they're all just really, really thrilled to have him come through in these big moments.
That's a great report, Kelly. Remember, with the DH in play in the National League now, the bench players don't see a lot of time when you have a set lineup. That was kind of our joke. Give Arcia 10, 11 days off, get him in the game, and he'll pick up 2 hits for you. As this one is ticketed for center field, diving stop, flip to second is going to be late, and Arcia is aboard.
Good hustle by Adam Duvall, getting to second base quick. He gave Arcia a base hit right there.
You just heard Kelly's report. He's picking up his buddy.
Good pitch, slider away from him, stayed on it, and good hustle by Duvall.
That's where the shift cost the Nationals a step when they needed it. And the Braves have a threat, 2 on, 1 out. And Michael Harris, the hitter, a 2-run single. That's the difference in the game. That came back in the 4th. See if the kid can extend this advantage.
And getting back to what Kelly was saying about Arcia, you got to give him a lot of credit. You know, a lot of guys would just be frustrated they're not playing, and the work ethic will not be there. But he comes out every single day with Ron Washington, getting into work, always staying prepared, and now he's ready for the shot that he has.
That's what you call a pro, right? Got to be ready all the time.
Exactly.
Because you don't know when your opportunity will come. And I'm sure all of us would agree nobody wanted this chance to come at the expense of losing Ozzie Albies, but that's what happened.
Here we are. Anybody can come into that locker room and smile and be the life of the locker room when they're hitting over 300 and playing every day. When you're hitting over 300 and you have to sit the bench and you have really no chance to get in, as Chip talked about with the DH, but yet you have a great attitude and you smile and you bring good energy, then that is a pro.
1 ball, 1 strike. That just missed inside from Cishek. As we continue on in Washington at Nats Park. And it's living up to his name because the Nats have made their way to the broadcast booth. They're swirling around us.
They are.
Up in
You
the
okay,
stratosphere.
BJ?
And I'm about to run up out of here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And no, that's not what they mean by an attitude, but
Start carrying some bug spray
I know.
for you.
we'll need some at Wrigley Field where we head next. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch popped up out of play. Got great news in Washington. The Brewers are pouring it on against the Mets. Milwaukee 10, New York 1. Braves in this stretch of 29 games in a row against sub 500 teams. They've gone 19-6. That's exactly what you hoped would happen. The pitch. And Harris swung at a ball that almost hit him in the ankle. That was nasty from Cishek. Second strikeout of the inning for the Nationals. And 2 on, 2 out for Ronald, who's 0 for 3.
I don't think Michael Harris II saw a lot of those pitches down in the minor leagues. Cishek just nasty from down low.
It's really tough to get a breaking ball to sink from down there. You almost get the frisbee slider, so when you throw from down there you have to lift your wrist so that you can get your fingers on top of the ball and try to get sort of a slurve or anything that will go down. Cishek, a pro up here for a long time, can do it.
It's been a quiet series for Ronald Acuna. He's 1 for 12 at the plate. He is grounded out to third and he's popped out to center twice. See if he can time the side-winding right-hander Steve Cishek. The pitch almost did there, but fouled it back. It's a ball and a strike. Ronald's looking for his first career hit against Cishek, and we saw a lot when he was with the Marlins. Adam Duvall at second with a 1-out walk. Arcia with a ball up the middle. Duvall hustling in at second, beat the relay throw on a diving attempt from Cesar Hernandez. Harris struck out. Now Ronald, an even count. The pitch is popped out of play, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Seems like Ronald's just a tick off. His timing is just not quite there.
I think of all the Braves, he's the guy that will probably relish the off day more than any. Remember, he's playing what, 12, 13 straight games in the outfield too.
Yep, exactly.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up. And Bell says he has room to the cut of the outfield grass. Puts that away. And Cishek puts away the Braves in the 6th inning with the top of the order coming up. The Nats haven't been able to catch up to Spencer Strider for the most part tonight. Just one hit, that a homer. He has struck out 10, and he's going back to work in the 6th inning. He'd love to get through 6 complete. His career high is 5 2/3 innings of work. And again, in keeping with the team aspect of an individual's performance, the Braves could use that. Last night, Max Fried went 5 2/3. The night before, Ian Anderson went 4 innings. So take a little pressure off the Pensman tonight. Spencer, if he can, he's thrown 91 pitches. And he's got the top of the order. Thomas, Hernandez, and Nelly Cruz coming up. There has been no drop off in velocity, Paul. There's been no drop off in accuracy or location. He is having a special night.
But you talk about that bullpen, Chip. You know, Max Fried only went 5 in the 3rd. But give it up for Jackson Stevens coming in, a 3-inning save last night.
Allowed just 1 hit. As the Braves won 10-4, that's up and away, a full count. Don't want to put this guy on, not with this part of the order coming up. We don't know if Juan Soto is eligible to pinch hit tonight. He did not start. As Strider faces a full count pitch to Lane Thomas. And he lost him low. Lane Thomas walks for the 2nd time in the game, and the Nationals will bring the tying run to the plate. That's the 2nd walk for Spencer Strider. Here's Cesar Hernandez. As Rick Kranitz makes his way to the mound with Strider at 95 pitches and Cesar Hernandez coming up. Here's a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
What you saw right there is Spencer Strider express his frustration. You saw his body language on the 2-2 breaking ball that he thought home plate umpire missed. Thought he also got the 3-2. Both were just a hair outside of the zone. Cranny grabbed him by both shoulders and calmed him down and refocused him. There's nothing you can do about the previous at bat. You just worry about the guy walking up to the plate and making your next pitch. Don't carry that baggage with you.
Double play ball would erase the bases here with Cesar Hernandez up. Runner at first, Thomas. Let's see how the Nats play it. Downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. The bullpen has gotten busy for the Braves. Jesse Chavez is the first man up to throw. Jesse threw an inning here on Monday. 3-1 game. 1-0 pitch. Get me over slider at 83 miles an hour. Somewhere Tom Glavine just spit out his soda pop. Out of play foul. It's 1-2.
Chip, you're right. Maintaining 97 miles an hour into the 6th with his pitch count, extremely impressive. Also, he's not the biggest guy, doesn't have the longest arms. Can do a split squat over 500 pounds. All of those things are so impressive, not just that he can throw hard, but the stamina.
So he's about to throw 100 pitches. First time Spencer's done that as a big leaguer. And this is a big pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sharply hit, and Riley catches a rocket shot line drive. Perfectly placed. And Hernandez is out number 1. Now he checks the webbing. That ball was mashed. And now Nelly Cruz coming up.
Perfect positioning right there.
Quick hands for the big fella.
Spencer Strider tonight, as you see his pitch count, has thrown 15 0-2 or 1-2 counts. He's only had 4 2-0 or 2-1 counts. He has had these Nationals hitters on their heels most of the night. That's to be expected with 10 strikeouts in 5 innings. Get the ball on the ground from Cruz. You got a chance to get out of this inning with a double play ball.
Wow, that's in the kitchen right there. Oh my.
Not only is he in the kitchen, the stove is real hot. Don't touch.
I like fastball right there again, or to continue to pitch him in, or I like breaking ball. 97 away, middle to this guy. Got to be careful.
Dan Cruz with 454 career home runs. He's a 7-time All-Star. They brought him to Washington to give Juan Soto some lineup protection, some thunder in their starting 9. 36 RBIs for Nelly Cruz. The pitch. 3-1. Stay away from that fastball here with Cruz. Now you got to make a big pitch. You got switch hitting Josh Bell up, but Strider has struck him out twice. Lane Thomas hasn't moved a muscle at first base. He drew a leadoff walk to begin the inning. He's there with 1 out. In on the hands, and Cruz could do nothing but foul that off. Full count.
Throws a breaking ball here. It doesn't have to be perfect. 3-2 slider. The element of surprise. Cruz looking fastball.
Thomas leads. Not going. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Came back to get Nelly Cruz with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That's number 11. Elevated. Nothing Cruz could do about that. And Brian Snitker is on his way to the mound to get Spencer Strider. The entire infield gives this kid a huge pat on the back. And listen to the mustachioed Braves fans at Nationals Park. 11 strikeouts for Spencer Strider. He leaves with a 3-1 6th inning lead. Brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, by Georgia Power, and by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there. Magnificent outing for Spencer Strider. He allowed 1 hit, 1 run, and even the babies are wearing the mustaches when Spencer Strider pitches. That's awesome. Love that.
Wow.
11 strikeouts, a new career high. He matches his career high in innings pitched and turns things over to Jesse Chavez with Josh Bell, the switch hitter, coming up. Bell struck out twice against Jesse in the game. Or against Spencer, I beg your pardon, in the game. Chavez would like to end this threat right here. That's taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Another good teammate right there, Max Fried. Helping out some of the young guys.
Guys coming in throwing 100 miles an hour, Brian Jordan. And you have Jesse throwing 89-mile-an-hour cutters. That's a lot to cover, I would guess, from at bat to at bat.
Yeah, but I'm pretty excited. Strider's out of the game as a hitter. Now I think I got a chance.
Now he's got to make a pitch. He being Jesse Chavez. 3 balls and a strike. Keibert Ruiz waits on deck. Lane Thomas leads. The pitch not close, and Jesse walks the first man he faces. 2 walks in the inning, and they represent the tying runs. Ruiz is 0 for 2. This guy's a dangerous hitter. Ruiz, a switch hitting catcher. He's only faced Jesse Chavez 1 time, and Jesse got him out. 2 on, 2 out, 2-run lead. And that's a changeup off the plate.
Jesse's struggling to grip the baseball. He threw the last one out after the walk. This one missed again, arm side. We talked about baseballs coming out of that humidor below 70 degrees. They're moist. They have some tack to them, very slippery, and he's struggling.
Too high. 2 balls, no strikes. Uncharacteristically, Chavez 7 pitches, 1 strike. Braves are 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position in the game. The Nats have had 1 at bat with Risp. Here's their second. 2-0 count. Line drive, a base hit. Here comes Lane Thomas around third. Harris loads up. His throw is going to be cut off. It's a 3-2 game. So that'll close the book on Spencer Strider. He allows 2 runs. As Ruiz has his 15th RBI, and the Nationals pull to within a run.
You're right, BJ, after seeing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, as a hitter, I'm excited. You know, now I can catch up with this fastball. Sinker away.
Yadiel Hernandez punched out twice. And Jesse gets ahead. Strike 1. So we'll start anew in the 7th inning. Braves have a 3-2 lead at the moment. The 2, 3, 4 hitters are coming up for the Braves. It's a 3-2 game. That's out of play foul. Had him reaching 0-2. Carl Edwards Jr. is up in the Nationals bullpen. Might see him in the 7th. Carl was briefly with the Braves last year, and he's very flexible, as you see. No balls and 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Chavez gets Hernandez, and that ends the Nationals' threat. They pick up a run. Spencer Strider and the Braves lead by a run after 6.
Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Tight ball game in Washington. Braves still lead it by a run after 6, trying to win game number 14 in a row. A lot of Braves turning in Hollywood-worthy and all-star worthy performances. Certainly that man is Dansby Swanson. Would like to go to his first all-star game, as would Austin Riley. Ronald Acuna Jr. hopes to return as an all-star too. You can vote for your favorite Braves up to 5 times a day at braves.com/vote. Cishek back to work for the Nationals and delivers a strike to the Braves shortstop. Dansby 2 for 3 against Eric Fedde, who did a nice job, allowing 3 runs in his 5 1/3 innings. He's on the short end of the decision so far tonight. Need a couple runs. Get some insurance. Get the mojo back in the Braves offensive dugout. Right guys are up 2, 3, and 4 versus Cishek and perhaps Carl Edwards Jr., who's lurking in the pen. And off the plate. 2-1. Phillies won today. They beat Miami 3-1. Mets are down 10-1.
How about those 2 teams? Yesterday, Philly had the lead going into the ninth. Miami comes back today. Miami had the lead 1-0 in the ninth, and Philly's come back and win. What a two-game series, three-game series that was.
Dansby way ahead in the count here. 3-1 pitch. There's a start. Cishek walks the leadoff hitter. Here we go. Dansby aboard for the third time with a leadoff walk. That'll make a pitching coach reach for the antacid tablets, especially when your offense got you to within a run. And the Braves 2 for 11 with Risp in this game. See if Riley can be in scoring position right here in the batter's box. Infield hit for him last time up. An infield hit ricocheted off the bottom of Eric Fetty's foot. If memory serves. Keep an eye on Swanson. 9 out of 11 in steals. Cishek takes a while to unfurl his pitch.
This is what the speed of the Braves do to these pitchers.
There's an unwritten rule sometimes. Throw over once, throw over twice, not going to throw over 3 times. Is he going here, BJ?
I would.
Not going. Pitch swung on, belted straightaway center. Robles will say goodbye. He was in scoring position in the batter's box. A rifle shot from Austin Riley. A sinker that didn't. 2-run homer, and the Braves have some breathing room.
Well, Paul, that's all he needed. That single off the pitcher's shin to lock back in. That was a bullet. Coming from a sidewinder in Cishek. He stayed on his pitch, down in the zone, sinking back across. That's putting a barrel on the ball right there.
Oh, that's a beautiful swing, BJ. How about that sound? Good night. That got out quick.
On the ground by Matt Olson on the very next pitch. The throw to first in time. That home run by Riley, now the 11th home run hit by the Braves in this series. And as big as any big league homer is, trying to extend a streak, trying to complete a sweep, you now again have a 3-run lead.
It was like a line drive.
Man, that was
Robles just turned, took one step and stopped.
That was a courtesy to the pitcher. Take one step and just look up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As a former pitcher, there's nothing worse than turning around and seeing no outfielder even move.
How about that? That was 2 RBIs by Riley. Ties him with Dansby Swanson. That tells you how much damage Dansby's been doing lately.
Leadoff walks late are often problematic for the team that issues them. They were for Cishek. And now it's a 2-0 count for Ozuna. So the Braves creep a little closer to the Yankees on the Major League home run tote board. Coming into play, the Braves trail the Bronx Bombers by 4 home runs. Riley has hit the 95th blast by the Braves this year. Pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Ozuna's doubled and scored. He's walked and scored. He has hit into a double play. That's downstairs. That's ball 4. Second walk of the inning from Cishek. And let's see what the Nationals have in mind here. Again, they are very short in their bullpen, which we hope will continue in a long top of the 7th inning. For after this top half of the inning, we will send you to the stretch. It's presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Trevor and Gordon Beckham will break down Michael Harris and his great series here against the Nationals. Not done yet. 5-2. Braves have 9 hits. Need a couple more. Contreras has 1 and has scored tonight. Cishek threw 2 innings the other night. Stuff not quite as crisp in this second inning. And he missed there, even count.
You can almost see his body language. You can see he's not where he wants to be.
2 scoreless on Monday. You're right, not as crisp. Could be seeing some of that fatigue.
That floats in, a 2-strike count for Contreras.
Tell you what, first time seeing a guy like Cishek, be difficult to, timing wise, to time him up.
1-2. Strike 3, outside corner. Contreras couldn't pull the trigger. He's out number 2.
And that's exactly what Contreras, he couldn't pick it up for some reason. Look at that, a nasty slider. Spits out his gum in frustration. Well, he hit that, guys. He didn't miss that one.
We popped it up, though.
Yeah, if he hit a line drive, it would have been double mint.
Oh, that's
here all week, fellas.
Oh, man.
5-2, Cishek is done. Carl Edwards Jr. warming. We'll see if he's next.
Braves Baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity. Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life. And by Yamaha Boats and Wave Runners.
Big home run from Austin Riley in this 7th inning, a 2-run shot as the Braves have extended their lead, trying to sweep the Nats and win their 14th consecutive game. Here is Carl Edwards Jr. He's turned things around since joining the Nationals this year.
He's on my all legs team. Check those out, BJ.
He's tall and lanky.
Great pitching frame.
Carl had some real good years with the Cubs, you might recall. And last year in the World Series winning season for the Braves, Carl Edwards appeared in 1 game and got 1 out.
And got a ring. Gotta love it.
Edwards, 5 years with the Cubs, had a .330 ERA. Last year with Toronto and the Braves, really struggled, getting a chance to rebuild his career with the Nationals. 15 games, a .208 ERA, and you can see why he's so tough. Third base side of the rubber, and 3 pitches, and he takes care of Adam Duvall and the Braves in the 7th. But a 2-run homer from Austin Riley gives the Braves a 5-2 lead. Trevor, it's time for you and Gordon with the stretch. Spencer Strider got the start tonight.
Let's go quick, guys. The great electric fastball right there, 100 plus. But the slider was outstanding tonight, and that's a Linda Ronstadt fastball. Blew by you. Check it out, BJ. He's got more.
I love it, man. Go up in the zone. They can't catch up with that fastball.
100, 84, 86, 88, 98, another 100. It just keeps coming. 106 pitches, 71 strikes. How about that? I know Chip Carey likes efficiency. He threw strikes all night long.
And has a career high 11 strikeouts and is in line to win this game if the Braves can get 9 more outs. Michael Franco leads off the 7th inning. Franco is hitless in the game. Rounded out in the 3rd inning, lined out in the 5th inning. That man, a huge home run. A 2-run blast to make it 5-2.
Add-on run, so important.
Fly ball into left field. Great jump by Duvall. He makes that look easy. Franco is 0 for 3, 1 out.
Tell you what, Duvall is just loving left field. His legs, saving his legs. He's getting great jumps out there. Good job right here.
Hope you'll join us for Pride Night at Truist Park on June 22nd. The Giants will be in town. With the purchase of the Pride specialty ticket package, you'll get access to the pregame party at the Roxy and get a Braves Pride Tervis tumbler. Get your tickets today at Braves.com/pride. You have a Coca-Cola Roxy. What a great event that is. Next to the ballpark. Can't wait to get home for our first look at the San Francisco Giants. Then the Dodgers are in town. That'll be a big emotional baseball week at Truist Park.
Get to see Jock Peterson back in town.
We all should go down and say thank you for designing such a beautiful World Series ring, shouldn't we?
Right.
It's fouled away by Luis Garcia. He was the villain. Spoiled the no-hit bid by Spencer Strider. He's the only hit Spencer allowed. A home run by this man with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Good-looking young player. He's got some juice in that bat. Not this time, though. It's right at Adam. He's in a couple of steps. And just like that, Jesse Chavez, 2 quick outs.
Adam Duvall has a chance to tie a record held by many. Can he catch the 3rd out, BJ?
We're about to find out as Robles is 0 for 2. He reached on a 2-base error in the 3rd inning and then was strikeout victim number 10 for Strider. The first time Spencer's gotten to double-digit strikeouts in his big league career. He was as hard to hit as that was for me to say.
It's not easy to broadcast. I've found that out. It's not easy to play the game or talk for 3 hours without making a mistake.
Well, Jesse Chavez, after a walk and a single to the first 2 hitters he faced in the 6th inning, has gotten the last 3 out in order. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The homecoming of sorts for Chavez. Started the year with the Cubs. That's where we go next. The pitch. Little pop. Arcia on the run. Can't get there. Great effort. And Orlando just couldn't track that down. And it's a blue pit for Robles. He reaches for the 2nd time. And he's aboard with 2 out.
Good effort right there. We've seen Dansby Swanson make this play a lot. Reached out there. And you couldn't see it, but Arcia was telling Ronald Acuna, look how far this bar came out. You supposed to catch that. Those guys going back and forth.
Here's Lane Thomas. He's walked twice, scored once in the game. Don't need any more drama in the late innings. Not with Hernandez and Cruz lurking on the lineup card. Again, we don't know the status of Juan Soto tonight. We definitely don't want to see him come up with men on base. In fact, we will next see the Nationals in a couple of weeks. July 8th, 9th, and 10th. One count. Little number. Arcia is going to charge. He's going to bobble. Everybody's safe. Throw back, and they got the man off the bag. What a break. Robles wandered too far around the 2nd base bag, and Arcia with a heads-up play looked back. Veteran infielder knew the situation and caught a youngster napping and gets the Braves out of the inning. What a break. Everything going Atlanta's way in Washington. Broadcaster used to say, how many times do you see a guy make a heads-up play defensively and leads off the next inning? Well, here we are with Mr. Arcia starting the 8th inning.
And he leads off and hits a bomb. That's the way it goes down. You make a play like that, you just pumped up. Heads-up play, got him out of the inning. Got to do something special here.
He's reached base 3 times, twice via hit. He's walked, and he's knocked in a run. That play by Robles at 2nd, I guess it's a perfect example of how you can't concede anything. I'm sure he thought that the play was going to be over and Arcia wasn't going to make the error. Grounded second base too far, and Arcia picked up the fumble after the error and threw him out.
Well, and he's actually hustling because he's going to round second in case there's a bad throw at first. Once he realized Arcia didn't field it cleanly, he tried to stop, but too late. Heads up play by Arcia.
But what do they always say? Don't assume anything. And he did.
Sounded like my mom right there.
2 balls and a strike for Orlando. Edwards blows that right on by. This guy's a really good pitcher. He is slightly built. He reminds me physically of Juan Cruz. Remember him with the Braves? Skinny dude who could throw the ball 96, 97 miles an hour. Edwards the same way. The pitch. Fly ball belted straight away center. Robles going back at the wall. He did it. A home run. What an inning for Arcia.
Wow. And I played Powerball tonight, guys. I got a chance. But you always see that. You make a great play defensively, and you come up and you do something big. Straight away center field. On a fastball up in the zone. You think Arcia is having fun? He's getting his opportunity to play.
That's the 12th homer hit by the Braves in this series. They've hit homers in each of the last 2 innings. Arcia reaches base for the 4th time. And the Braves are pulling away late, 6-2, trying to win 14 in a row. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You've got a veteran shortstop in Dansby Swanson. You have Orlando Arcia, who's a veteran himself. That was a veteran defensive play to not panic and remember the situation and take a chance, and then obviously the home run is a thing of beauty. That's whistled by Harris. He's got another 2-hit game. Back-to-back hits for the Braves.
Good at bat right there by Harris, jumping on that high fastball, getting on top of it. No launch angle here. Ball up in the zone, get on top of it, line drive.
I'm getting the feeling, guys, this Atlanta Braves train is becoming a speeding bullet. They are playing with so much confidence. They're playing so smartly. And let's face it, they are playing shorthanded and still finding a way to win, just as they did all last year. With Acuna out, with Soroka out, with Max Fried spending time on the IL, Ian Anderson banged up. Now they're without Soroka, Matzik, Jackson, and now Ozzie Albies. Talk about the never quit with Snit mantra. It's been evident these last 5 years. We're seeing it again. Braves 6, Nationals 2. They give Ronald the whole right side of the infield to play with. He could use a hit the other way. Get back on track.
Yes, he can.
And he took a shot that way and pops it up. Lane Thomas, long run, still coming, and in the center of the track. Can't get there in time. It's a ball and 2 strikes. (6-2) Atlanta in Washington. 10-2 Milwaukee over the Mets in New York. The Braves have wrapped 11 more hits tonight. 34 hits so far in the 3-game series.
And once again, Chip, the bottom of the lineup getting it done.
It's amazing, isn't it? Braves have scored, what, 25 runs, if my math is right, in the series. The 7, 8, 9 hitters. (16 hits), half of them Fly ball again by Acuna. This one, though, is going to be tracked down by Robles. And he makes the catch for the first out. Harris back to first here in the Atlanta 8th.
And before we get to Dansby, now let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Hi friends, I'm Chip Terry, in between innings for Landmark More. Landmark's hitting it out of the park every day. That's why they're #1, because nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Juan Soto couldn't go for a second straight game. All he can do is look on at this point as his Nats are down 4 runs. And that's off the plate for Dansby. 1 ball, no strikes.
Dansby up to 296. Wow, he's come a long way, guys.
At the start of play on June the 1st, Dansby was hitting 267. It's almost 30 points been added to his batting mark in the span of a couple of weeks. And I love him hitting second. 2-0 pitch, because he can do that. Fly ball toward right center. Lane Thomas going back, still going back. On the track, makes the grab. Harris is going to tag, throw to second. He beats the wrap. Dansby didn't hit it out, but tried to do the right thing and almost hit it off the wall. 2 away, runner at second.
I like the aggressiveness by Michael Harris, the second here. Ball deep to right field, got back to first and tagged out, getting the scoring position.
You do not see that play very often.
When you got that type of speed, you got to take your chances.
Nats might be checking a couple of things here. 1, if Harris got in safely at second, or 2, if he left too early from first. Porter checks with the Nationals bench. They aren't going to challenge either one of those possibilities. And now Austin Riley will stand in with a runner at second and 2 outs. Riley snapped an 0 for 13 with an infield hit in the 5th, and then a booming line drive home run into the red seats in the 7th inning. Swing and a fly ball belted. First pitch. That one's gonna go. What a night for Riley. The Braves are getting another at bat in this game, and they've got a shot to hit 5 home runs again. They've hit 3 homers in the last inning and 2/3 and are breaking this game open. It's 8-2.
Well, Paul, Riley got hit 3 times in the first 2 games. I think he's back on track now. He's not afraid of that inside pitch. What a patient swing right there. Curveball, he waited on it. And just a launch.
That's the end of the line for Carl Edwards Jr. 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 homers, and the Braves are on their way. Through Father's Day, blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for the details. How about the last 3 at bats for Austin Riley? 3 for 3, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. And the Braves have plated 8 in the series finale against the Nationals.
Man, this has been fun to watch, man. The long ball. We talked about how it was a struggle in the first couple of months. But now, I don't know, humidity or whatever, the ball is traveling. But we need the ball to travel for this man right here. Get him hot. Watch out.
This man and Acuna. But you know, 1 through 9, you can't be hot all the time, everybody. So guys are taking turns picking each other up. Next week, it may be these 2. somebody else slumping, not seeing it well. And I think that's a sign of a good team when you have multiple players who can pick each other up. It's not dependent on one guy that is a pitcher. I can pitch around, make sure they don't hurt me. Team is very deep at the plate.
This is Francisco Perez as Matt swings and misses. The franchise record for homers in a 3-game series is 14. The Braves did that at Wrigley Field in 1956. They have shattered the Atlanta era record for most home runs in a 3-game series. They had hit 11 in 3 separate affairs. They've got 13 and counting against the Nationals in this one. And during this streak now, 35 homers in the last 13 games plus tonight. And I mean, it's everybody hitting them. It's not just one or two guys. 2 balls and a strike. That's low to Matt. 3-1 the count. And so as we think about the series coming up with the Cubs, they call it the friendly confines for a reason. This offense, this hot, that park, it's going to be must-see TV all weekend. We'll have all 3 for you here on Bally Sports beginning Friday at 1:30 Eastern Time with Braves Live.
Oh, I love playing in Chicago. Catch them windy days.
I think Paul would beg to differ if the wind's blowing out.
I don't. That's the shoot for the middle part of the plate and hope the wind takes it in the right direction.
3-2 pitch is popped back toward us. Look, I know the weather in Atlanta has been blistering hot. Hope you all are staying cool and staying safe. The weather in Chicago is supposed to be high 70s, low 80s. Perfect for our lone trip to Chicago's north side. And this trip has been perfect so far for the Braves. They won game 1 9-5. They won last night 10-4. They're up 8-2 tonight. And this one scorched up the middle for Matt Olson. He needed that. That's his 3rd hit of the series. He's got a 1-for-5 night, and the inning continues. The Braves 8 runs on 13 hits.
BJ talked about the 1 hit from Riley getting him going. We'll see if the same happens here. This is a good pitch down and away. Lefty on lefty. Olson, who hits lefties well, stays in there and drives it up the middle.
Yeah, that might be what he needed, a left-handed pitcher out there, because it locks his front side in. He stays in so well. He's just been too quick on righties.
Marcell Ozuna has reached base 3 times. He's walked twice, doubled, and scored 2 runs.
Speaking of Chicago, are you still the mayor there?
No. Oh, no. No. That's a hard pass on that job.
I just know when we go back, it's like have to walk 5 to 10 feet behind you because of the celebrityness.
Yeah. No, looking forward to going back. A lot of friends there, obviously. A lot of family memories. We'll have dinner at the world's greatest steakhouse as a group on Saturday. Looking forward to that. But more importantly, hope to see the Braves continue their winning ways. They look to be in great shape to take a 14-game winning streak into Wrigley Field and Charlie Morton to start the series. The homecoming of sorts for Brian Snitker, too, is from Macon, Illinois. Down south, the pitch. Brian, part of the Macon Ironmen, as they were known back in the 70s. Imagine the Hoosiers story of baseball. Macon, Illinois, played a big school out of Chicago for the Illinois State Championship, finished 2nd in the state that year. Books have been written about that team. As this one's launched by Marcell, foul. The accolades and honors for Brian and Ronnie Snitker keep on pouring in. They actually named the field after Brian in the last week or 2. Couldn't get back for the ceremonies, obviously, with his major league duties, but hopes to get back in the offseason.
Oh, that's special right there.
Is there a Brian Jordan field somewhere?
Yeah, YMCA.
There you go.
Villages of Carver, down in Atlanta.
2-2 on the ground into the shift. They'll have to make the peg to first. Long throw, and that retires Marcel. Austin Riley, 2 great at-bats, 2 two-run homers tonight. 8-2 Atlanta with 6 outs to get.
And they got the man off the bag. What a break.
And he leads off and hits a bomb. That's the way it goes down.
Don't you love it when Brian Jordan calls him? And what an inning for Orlando Arcia in a run where everything has gone right for the Braves. Branch Rickey used to say luck is the residue of design, and everything is going Brian Snitker's club's way. 8-2 the score. A.J. Minter got hot. He's going to come on and pitch the 8th. Hernandez, Nelly Cruz, and Josh Bell will face him. How about A.J. Minter? Without Tyler Matzik in the bullpen, A.J. Minter in this great run has maybe turned into the best left-handed setup man in the game.
I agree 100%. Scooting over to that side of the rubber because Max had a hole in it. Max Fried, pitcher lefty as well, digging, so he scooted over and he's got that good angle on everything working now.
Isn't it funny, Paul, how one little thing almost accidentally comes. Tom Glavine found his changeup by accident. Mariano Rivera the cutter. Maybe Minter's found something just by moving 2 inches closer to first base.
There's so many stories like that. You know, the Glavine, I loved what you just said. Ball on the ground, picked it up in the outfield, shagging to throw it in on the bucket, and grabbed it with his in 3 fingers and said, man, that feels really good. Went and played catch with it. The rest is history. Hall of Famer.
It's one of those moments where you say, all right, the good Lord just said, okay, I'm gonna touch you on the shoulder, see if you take notice. And maybe that's what's happening to A.J. Minter right now as the Braves lead by 6 with 6 outs to get. Nothing in 2. And a shot into right field. 2-strike hit. Might have broken his bat. But Minter frustrated by that. Look at the long walk he takes behind the mound. Hernandez aboard to start the 8th inning. Nelly Cruz coming up. But first, a quick message from Racetrack.
Fuel up like the Freeze does with whatever gets you going at Racetrack.
So A.J. will have to recalibrate here. Cruz has had a tough night. He did not enjoy facing Spencer Strider. He was strikeout victim number 7 and 11 for the Braves rookie right-hander. A new career high in punch-outs for him. Over 5 2/3 of one-hit baseball. And that's upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
I mean, this is a compliment, but most hitters, they lose their bat speed as they get older, and few are successful in their 40s. Cruz, not so much. He is still showing that he's got it.
I think he's going to be an interesting case come trade deadline. The Nationals are not going to be fighting for a playoff spot, but you have 30 teams using a designated hitter, and he's still putting up impressive numbers. 36 RBIs for an offensively challenged club. That's a strike. It's 2-1.
Paul, I know I always ask you this, but like AJ, he's been so dominant in the close games when you bring him in, and now you bring him in with a 6-run lead. He doesn't seem as sharp as I've normally seen him when he comes in.
Yeah, it can be tough. This game for me a little bit different because the streak's on the line and you're fired up and you're ready to go. But you're right, when you're used to pitching in close games and they bring you in a blowout sometimes, and I know that's hard to understand, but sometimes you're not as crisp.
Broken bat. Might be 2. There's 1. Arcia with the peg. That cleans up the base hit. And Cruz retired. The bat splintered. And the bases are empty in the Washington 8th. Something else to think about, too. This is the first time Minter has pitched in the series. We got an off day tomorrow. I don't think you want him going 4 days without pitching. Yeah. So give him an inning. Get him a little work.
I agree with the move. Yeah, I agree with the move, bring Minter in. You're right on that.
Here's Bell 0 for 2 with a walk. Braves have allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. On the ground, right to Dansby. Bell reached for that. A.J. Minter has an uneventful bottom of the 8th inning. 10 pitches. We go to the 9th. Braves leading big 8-2. Game win streak. Here's how we've gotten here. It began June 1st in Arizona after Brian Snitker had a, hey, let's start playing like the world champs meeting. They go to Colorado, sweep the Rockies in a 4-game set for the first time, come home, sweep Matt Olson's former team, the A's. Braves bullpen was terrific against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and now here in Washington, 10 homers smashed in the first 2 games of this series, and 3 more homers for Atlanta in the late innings tonight. Here we are, 8-2 heading to the 9th. This has been a blast as Perez goes back to work. And that's off the netting from William Contreras.
So the big question, Paul. 14 in a row.
Yes.
You're going to Chicago. How much pressure is on Morton, Charlie?
I mean, you don't want to be the guy to have a bad outing.
Exactly.
But he's had pressure on him before, so I think he can handle it. I know Charlie, I see a little bit of weight on him as far as he wants to be a part of this and turn in that ace-like outing after outing that he's accustomed to, did last year in the second half. So if we get him going again, ooh.
Strike 3, a nasty breaking ball freezes Contreras, and that's out number 1 here in the Atlanta 9th. Adam Duvall looks for his first hit. He's 0 for 3, but he's reached on a walk.
I don't know if you caught Sal Licata on SNY up in New York, but the very last day of last month, he guaranteed Mets victory and said, the NL East is over.
Adam Duvall skies this one into shallow right center field. Lane Thomas and Robles are there. It's Robles who makes the play. And that is out number 2. Speaking of the Cubs, we head to Chicago. Our first game of the weekend set begins at 1:30 Eastern time with our pregame coverage on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports app. We've seen this movie before in a lot of respects. Braves have started slowly, didn't get buried. They come back, and everybody in the division regrets that they didn't dig the ditch deep enough and fill it full of dirt. So if the Brewers hold off the Mets and we win tonight, we'll be 4 games back. They'll have shaved 6.5 games off the Mets lead in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean the Braves have won it either. There's a lot of baseball to be played, and I love Snit's motto of we're just going to worry about today.
That's all you can do. And look, you got 15 games with the Mets left.
Yep, and that's when you make your move. Head-to-head baseball.
There's comfort in that. You win this one, and you worry about that first game in Chicago. Then the second.
That's over the netting off to the left side and foul by Arcia, who's the star of the game for me tonight. 2 RBIs, the great play defensively, the home run.
And he hasn't made an out yet.
And Riley is saying, what do I got to do to get player of the game?
Well, he's done it before. I'm not sure Orlando has, but once. That was the walk-off against the Red Sox. We got to spread that around a little bit.
Sorry, Austin, you made an error tonight. We can't give it to you.
Well, so did he. So did he.
Good point. But he recovered.
That's it. Full count pitch. Hey, he's got a perfect night. I mean, you talk about a dream night. 4 hits, a walk, and the 9th inning stays alive. BJ for the Braves.
Again, guys, I said he played in Milwaukee, played every day, and he played really good last couple of years. Not that opportunity to start every day, but here he's going to have his chance, and he's showing that he wants it.
So Michael Harris with a 2-hit, 2 RBI, 1-run game. I guess if you had to pick a MVP for the series, it'd be really hard to give it to one particular person, but I would say, Brian, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, as you've suggested for these last 3 nights.
Yes.
Third career 4-hit game for Arcia. The 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Braves have 6 hits tonight. And 17 hits in the series. Almost half of the Braves hit total from that part of the lineup. And when that happens in a DH game, look out. That's exactly what's come to pass for the Braves, who have 14 knocks tonight, 8 runs.
I mean, Paul, if you're a starter and you look at this lineup and what they've been doing in the last 2 weeks, I mean, how do you even approach these guys?
I have to use both sides of the plate. I can't let these guys get comfortable. I have to pitch in and out. I think that's why they've been successful against Acuna this series. And here's patience from the rookie.
He's on base for the 3rd time. He takes ball 4, and Acuna a chance to bat for a 6th time. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Your leadoff hitter's up for the 6th time in the 9th inning. That means your offense has had some fun, and they did that tonight. The Braves were retired 1-2-3 once. That was by Eric Fetty back in the 3rd inning. There have been base runners every inning other than that one tonight. Two on, 2 out. Across the chute tops. 1 ball, no strikes.
You saw Ronnie's frustration in his last at-bat on the pop-up. You could see it wearing on him, the body language. Very emotional player. You know what he's thinking. I'd love to see him, like Olsen, get a hit here, close this one out, and have some good mojo going into Chicago.
Check swing and out of play, foul. As I said earlier in the game, I think of all the Braves, this is the guy that needs a break. Physical break, mental break, reset. Relax in Chicago, go have a nice dinner with your teammates, and get ready for 3-day games.
Go take a walk by the lake.
One ball, 1 strike.
He's off.
Yes, he is.
Past the 3-hour mark in this game because of all the Braves offense. We'll stay here all night if this keeps up. The pitch is poked out of play to the right side, foul. Next series for the Braves: Cubs, Giants, Dodgers. Then a big series in Philadelphia with the Phillies. That'll wrap up the month of June. Then we take on Cincinnati before the 4th of July festivities at home against the St. Louis Cardinals. Another good club. And a 1-2. And Acuna is down on strikes, and that ends the Atlanta 9th inning. 3 outs to get for a little history in Washington. Big night for Arcia and the Braves, who lead at 8-2.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
3 more homers for the Braves, 2 of them from that man, Austin Riley, who has knocked in 4 of the Atlanta 8 tonight. A 14-hit barrage. And Jesus Cruz will be the man on the mound for Atlanta. Let's not forget Arcia's great heads-up play defensively and a 4-hit game himself. And now the Braves have a chance to have a happy flight and make our way to Chicago against the Cubs. Last 14-game winning streak came in 2013 for Atlanta. That was in late July and August of that year. In 2000, the Braves won 15 games in a row. And the longest winning streak in all-time Braves franchise history was 18 in a row by the 1891 Boston Bean Eaters. So these are heady times for the Braves, who are doing what we hoped they would, taking advantage of this month-long run against struggling clubs. The Braves are not struggling anymore. They win this game, they're 10 games over 500, and they will be 4 back as the Brewers just finished off the Mets, a 10-2 final at Citi Field. It's just remarkable how quickly a season can turn on a dime. On the ground, Arcia has got that. The flip to first is in time. I don't buy into what pundits say about division races being over. I don't believe in the bullpen bulletin board material. But that's the beauty of baseball. When the Braves were 10.5 games down, there was no panic with this club. They're disappointed.
Yeah.
And they knew that it's a different team in New York and a different year. But all they've done is go to work and start playing Braves baseball, Brian.
And they understand it's a 162-game season. And, you know, just like last year, they got off to a slow start. Nobody quit working. And all of a sudden, the timing came around and guys just started executing. And once you start executing, that confidence just rise and continue to rise every day. And again, these guys got their chest out and they're supposed to win every game.
That's how to play foul. Look, let's be honest. There will be some difficult games ahead, but this run for the Braves has given them a cushion for when they run into losing 3 out of 4 or 5 out of 7. It's just the inevitable nature of the sport. You can't possibly say as ice cold as the Braves were, nor are you going to say as red hot as the Braves are.
But the thing that I love about this team, they rise to the occasion against good teams.
That's true.
But they tend to, you know, not play as well as they should against teams they're supposed to beat. But all of a sudden, you're seeing that they're dominating the teams that they're supposed to beat, and that's a big plus.
And as we mentioned last night, the beauty of baseball is any team is good enough to beat any other on any given night. What would the odds makers, Bertie, have said about the Pittsburgh Pirates going to LA and sweeping the Dodgers?
Yeah. It's not easy. I don't care who you play. These are major league players. It actually bothers me a little bit when people say that, because here's the deal. The Washington Nationals won the World Series and they disbanded the team. The Braves won the World Series and that hasn't happened. There's been a few minor changes, but they won the World Series, the Braves, without Ronald Acuna Jr. They got him back. They're very good. I love Strider in the rotation now. I love Money Mikey in center field. He's been fantastic. This is not a weak team that's playing other weak teams and playing well and doing what they should do. This is a great team playing other major league teams and outplaying them, outpitching them, out-hitting them, playing great defense.
Into the shift, Dansby can't corral that. That bounced off his chest, and Yadiel Hernandez is aboard with 1 out. I don't know if Dansby got a bad hop, but that'll be the 3rd Atlanta error of the game. That's about the only blemish we've seen in the first 3 games. It is an E6.
That's a ball that he normally makes. Let's see if it takes a little bad hop at the end.
No. He's human.
Yes, he is.
He's human.
Michael Franco 0 for 3 in the game. And tried to hit 1 out, didn't. Strike 1. Phillies will be next for the Nationals. Phillies beat Miami 3-1 today. Big game, Brewers 10, Mets 2. All right, Jesus, nothing fancy. Put it in play. You got a 6-run lead. You need 2 outs.
He's done his job. Ball on the ground. Let's give us another one.
He went around. And Franco down to his last strike. It's 1-2. That's off the netting to the left. And that young Braves fan came away with a souvenir. One ball, 2 strikes from Cruz. High fly ball, tomahawk toward the red seats in left center. Harris to the warning track, has room in front of the wall. Michael Franco came up short. That's the 2nd out.
Talk about that defense. Michael Harris running that ball down, making it look easy.
So 1 more out to get.
I love the jumps he gets out there as soon as that ball's hit off the bat. He is in motion.
And what's so remarkable too, he's playing in these places for the first time.
Exactly.
And a special challenge for him coming up at Wrigley Field this weekend, where the most unique ground rule in baseball will be in play. Remember that one, Brian?
The ground rule?
At Wrigley Field.
Ooh.
Ow. Luis Garcia got hit. Where did that get him?
Right on the wrist. Oh, man.
Wrist, fingers. Could hear him yelp in pain as that ball hit him flush. Couldn't get out of the way. And 2 are on with 2 out. Oh. He moved his hand off the bat, and the forearm intersected with the flight of the baseball. That's a tough break.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do, is put your hands down. You want to just kind of turn and just go with it.
So Robles will hit. He's reached base twice and singled his last time up. 1 more out to get. And BJ, that ground rule, of course, at Wrigley Field, a ball that bounces into the ivy, what are you supposed to do?
Put your hands up.
That's exactly right.
I have run into that ivy plenty of times.
And if you reach in, the ball stays in play. So somebody will explain that to Michael on Friday. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Boy, Brian Snitker was talking about how much he loves going to that ballpark in Chicago. Getting there early, having a cup of coffee, sitting on the dugout bench, listening to the ballpark and watching the ballpark come to life for a day game. Great to be back. The pitch. And that got away from Contreras, and that'll cost the Braves a base for Hernandez and Garcia. Should be a pass ball. We'll see how that's scored. Two balls and a strike for Victor Robles, the Nationals center fielder. Popped up right side. Ronald is in and under, and the Braves have won 14 straight games. 8-2 is your final score. They finish up this series with the Nationals with 13 home runs, their longest win streak in 9 years. And they have pulled to within 4 games of the New York Mets in a very exciting National League East race now.
How about the bottom of the order once again getting it done? Arcia is showing up, guys. He is saying, this is my position. Ozzie won't be here for a couple of months. I want this spot. 4 hits tonight. Great defensive play. Just a great overall night for the Braves.
Michael Harris, Austin Riley, picking up guys like Acuna who are normally hot. They're cold. We'll see if we can get everybody going. Spencer Strider was fantastic tonight. Flirted with that no-hitter. I love watching him pitch.
A career-high 11 strikeouts for Spencer Strider. The power of the mustache was a big, big story tonight. And Atlanta will enjoy a day off in Chicago and then send Charlie Morton to the mound Friday in Game 1 of 3 against the battling Cubbies. The Braves sweep another series. They wipe out Washington. Final score, Atlanta 8, Nationals 3. We'll wrap it all up for you on Braves Live presented by Xfinity. And then we'll see you in Chicago Friday afternoon.